P and Killer. Dropping heat like we should, up and coming like morning wood and something good. Kicking the real to those that wanna rock with us. No slowing down and it ain't no stopping us. We've been rocking over 2 years long. The best podcast, best intro song. Forget the facts, opinions, we got those. And we make them run loose like a snot nose. It's bootleg, ain't nothing fake about it either. So sit back and watch, go grab a slice of pizza. But we prefer the subs, so hit the red button. And you'll be notified when we said something. Hit the thumbs up, share it with your folks. Make sure to leave a comment, give your thoughts on our quotes. This ain't for the Ralph Tresvant crowd. You offended, wanna exit? Then you can now. It's Bootleg Cable Podcast. It's Bootleg Cable Podcast.
What it is, good people, it's your boy B-Double. This is Bootleg Cable Podcast, and I'm here with the homie Killer Kel. And for the first time ever, we have a guest in the building. Not first time ever, but we have a young lady in the building. We've been trying to get a young lady on here for the longest time. Finally, somebody was able to.
Why we sound like losers right now?
to step.
Why you painted a loser picture?
No, it's not a loser picture.
All right.
I think it's a brave picture, man. Because I don't know what it is, but Killer, you've been trying to get women to come on the show. I've been trying to get women to come on the show for a minute, and finally we got one. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, my name's Anonymouslee, otherwise known as
Good.
Oh my gosh, no.
That ain't the gov.
We're not gonna give out the govs.
That's a gov?
No, it's not.
Okay, so we ain't worried about it.
Okay.
She already established she ain't not a gov, bro.
No.
And somebody that start off like Anonymouslee is not gonna give out the gov right after that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, man. But all right, welcome to Bootleg Cable Podcast, A-Lee. Glad to have you here. Man, we're a fun podcast. We like to rock, like to kick it, you know what I mean? Just give our, real opinions, official shit, you know what I'm saying? So just real quick to the listeners out there, if it's your first time listening to the podcast, welcome, you know what I mean? To the people that always, you know what I mean, tune in, yo, what up, my nigga?
Right.
What up, my nigglets? You know what I'm saying? Good. What up to y'all?
And then also, I just want to let everybody know that we expanded a little bit, so we are now on iHeartRadio. So y'all can listen to us on iHeartRadio. Mm-hmm. Y'all can listen to us on SoundCloud, Google Play Music, Apple Pay Podcasts, YouTube,
we're gonna win
Facebook,
we're gonna win the podcast of the year next year.
We everywhere, fam.
Yeah, we're gonna win the podcast of the year next year.
Yeah.
Man.
We trying to slowly but surely we about to get on. What's the other one called? What's that one that everybody keep on asking us what we want to get on?
Like fucking Twitch or one of them things.
No, man, the green shit, bro.
The green shit. Yo, what's that new joint? That Caffeine?
Huh?
Caffeine is a new platform. I gotta look into Caffeine, but Caffeine is something that Drake just recently invested in.
Okay.
And they have something going on with URL, the Rap League or whatever. So they're gonna, it's basically like a live events, live stuff, you know what I'm saying? So you're going to be able to watch the battles live as they happen, and like I say, Drake is invested into that. So a lot of people do it. Like I just seen the ad the other day, I think with Takeoff, did one ad for it where, he's just playing video games and he's like, showing his live stream. So it's kind of like YouTube Takeoff from the Migos, man. From the Migos.
I know, but I'm just saying. I know who he is.
So there's Offset.
Yeah.
And there's the rest of them. There's the rest of them now. Okay. First it was Quavo and the rest of them. Now it's Offset and the rest of them.
Offset and the rest of them?
Yeah.
Or Takeoff and the rest of them?
Because Offset is with Cardi B, so a lot of people know Offset now more than they know Quavo. But in the beginning, it was just Quavo. Like,
hey, listen,
Quavo
man,
and the rest of the Migos.
Between Offset and Takeoff, it seemed like the same person to me, man.
No.
Offset, Takeoff.
I've never even heard of Takeoff. I've never heard of Takeoff. I've never heard of him.
They're about the same people to me, bro. Because I meant to say Takeoff, but I said Offset, right? So
no, you said Takeoff.
I said Takeoff, so I meant to say Offset, actually.
Wait. So
I'm just an old head fucking up these niggas' names. Like, that's just show you, like,
where you're trying to shine on us and make it look like we were stupid when in actuality you gave the wrong information.
Yes, that's what I did. You didn't have to call it out, but that's exactly what happened.
Okay. Because I was feeling stupid. I was like, well, damn, how old am I?
Yeah, just play along with it. Next time, just be stupid the whole way and make me look good. All right, I got you. So, yeah, Anonymously, welcome to the podcast. Dub, man. you out here working like a true Jamaican, man. You like Damon Wayans on that airport, man. You know what I'm saying? On that airplane, bro. Well, how's your week been, man? We missed the podcast last week because of your ass. So tell the people what's been going on with you, man.
So like I told y'all last episode, you know, your boy been working 2 jobs, or not been working. I just started working 2 jobs. So I picked up one Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30, and then I picked up a weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Damn, when do you rest?
I never rest. Sleep. Wait. What's the saying? Sleep when you dead.
Sure.
Yeah. Or work till I die.
Life feels like that
Sleep
sometimes.
when
I
you
ain't gonna lie
right.
to you.
In 2020?
Yeah. Yeah. That's.
Yeah, man.
Why you? Man.
I'm just saying. I mean, if I'm not gonna spend 80 hours, what is it? 80 hours, 40 hours, 40 hours a week at work, and then at one job, and then I'm gonna get off and go give somebody else 40 hours of my time.
Yes.
Yeah, but it depends on what you're trying to accomplish. I feel like, what are you trying to accomplish in life, and is your current situation allowing that to happen? And if not, it's up to you to do something about it. So sometimes I feel
Well,
you know
when
what?
do you have time to work for yourself? Because what you're telling me is you're going to work 40 hours on somebody's job, and then you're going to come off that job and you're going to go work 40 more hours on somebody else's job. When do you invest in yourself so that you don't have to have those 2 jobs?
I'm using that money to invest in myself.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's why I'm working those 2 jobs. And the good thing about it is that one is a main job. One is like, yo, this is going to be me for a little bit until my other goals on the side are accomplished. Okay. So pretty much the night job is like, hey, if I don't feel like working this shit no more, I'm gonna quit.
Okay. How long do you give yourself? Oh, how long have you been doing
6 months to a year. 6 months. I just started. This like the second week.
I give
right
him 3
now.
months. 3 months.
No,
Let's make a bet.
Yeah, and I already took that mental bet a long time ago. So
how
you
many
want me
months
to
did
say it
you
out loud?
say?
You want me to
Yeah,
say it out loud?
say it.
Yeah, 3 months.
You said 3 months?
Yeah, I said 3 months.
Okay.
So I wasn't gonna put it on him, but
what's the bet? What's the
I already
bet?
put
3
the.
months.
I had it mental.
But no, so we got to bet something though.
It's just a mental bet for me myself. I said it's easy. 2-3 months.
If you make it past 3 months, I'm gonna come back on your show and I'm gonna publicly apologize.
Well, I guess I'll see you in 3 months then.
Okay.
Oh, we might see you next week. That's how live this shit is.
You know what I'm saying? Because before that, we'll see you before that. But I'll make it longer than 3 months.
Okay.
Much longer than 3 months.
I hope you do.
I appreciate you. I
do.
I appreciate the confidence, especially you, motherfucker.
Well, I ain't tell you. I ain't tell you.
But,
that boy over there.
Yeah, I said
like I don't think he gonna do it.
Nah, but because I mean, like working a night shift alone. I mean, that's why I work, and I know how hard it is. You know what I'm saying? So to be working 24 hours, damn near around the clock.
True.
You know,
but you the homie, so you know me, and you know that I did this for 2 years before.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So 3 months ain't nothing.
Okay.
6 months ain't nothing. I did this for 2 years straight. You know what I mean? So it's all right.
I mean, as long as you have a plan and you have a vision of where you're trying to go, because a lot of people, they go into working a second job. Some people I know will do it seasonal, and that way, like that's how they'll pay for Christmas gifts, or if they have a big event coming up. But a lot of people get stuck in the habit because sometimes you accrue more bills when you start making more money for some reason. You start to accrue more bills. Like now I can drive a nicer car, so now that money.
So
that
now
was
you're
for
more
the
dependent
second
on.
job. Right now you're dependent on that second job.
Yeah.
So that's why I asked you where you're going with it.
I ain't that dumb though. I ain't that dumb. Like,
Nobody is till they are. You know.
True.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
But
So-
like I said, man, I laid it out. I laid it out the plans already on the podcast. I laid it out with my homie Killer. I'm sorry, Malika, you wasn't around.
That's just fine.
I'm sorry you weren't around to hear the plans, but it's plans.
I want to say, like, for myself, right? Like, I admire you for working because we're getting old. And
no, we're not.
Yeah, I am. And last time I checked, I think you graduated in the same class as me.
Yes.
So
yes, yes.
So we're getting older. So we have to work smarter.
Older. There you go.
And we have to work smarter.
Of course.
So when I was in my 20s, I didn't have a problem with taking on 2 jobs because I was young. I could snap back just like that.
Yeah.
I could go out, party all night, and then go to work at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning and have no issues.
Yeah.
But I can't do what I did then at this point in my life.
Of course not.
That's why I was saying for myself, if I'm going to take on a second job, it's going to be something that primarily takes care of me, and in the sense that
and that's exactly what it is for me.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're building with the money that you're getting, I'm all for it.
For sure. And speaking of work, what are you doing? What are you pursuing? I know we just spoke it a little while ago, but just for the listeners, people that listen to us that might have an interest in what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're doing. Explain it.
So I started a company about 2 years ago, my Anonymously. And the reason I started it was because I was
Shameless plug.
And let me just put it out there, www.myanonymouslee.com, and the Lee is actually Lee. So.
Okay. Make sure y'all know how to spell anonymous.
If you don't know how to spell it, you don't have no business on my website, okay? If you don't know how to spell it, you don't have no business asking me for a resume, okay? But anyway, so I write resumes. And so most people, they don't understand the importance of a resume. And a resume is something that lists your accomplishments. What have you done for the last 10 years of your life? Just like you would show in high school, where you have grades that progressively show where you're at and compared to other students. Well, your resume does the same exact thing, but people don't understand the importance of it, so they kind of just slap some words on a piece of paper.
Let me pause you right there, Killer. Since you in a hiring position, how do you feel about resumes and what she's talking about and the importance of it?
No, not in my field. My field, I am in a hiring position, but my field is retail.
Yeah.
So I don't really accept resumes in a sense. Like, the resume is what we put on the website.
Yeah.
And I ask you to fill out line for line what I want to know about you.
Got you.
So it's not really, somebody's not going to really send me a resume directly now. So if I'm going to be hiring a salary person, then that's where but that doesn't happen too often. It does happen, but it doesn't happen too often. So it's not really like something that would apply to me in a sense.
Okay. Continue, Miss A. Lee.
Right. So I build resumes. Some people do come to me and they have their own resumes already, and I just look over them and kind of just embellish them and make sure we use a system called ATS, and it's a tracking system that employers use when they're trying to pull resumes to get specific employees, and they put in certain words, and people don't know those certain words, so when they're writing their resumes, those words are missing.
How do you make somebody's last 10 years? If somebody's been working at a job for, let's say, X amount of time, how do you make that last 10 years or however long they've been working at that position or that place seem enticing to another company?
Growth. If you tell me you've been working at a company for 10 years, I don't want to see that you've been doing the same position for 10 years.
Oh, okay.
So if I see that you've every year or maybe every 2 years you've progressed into another role, then I capitalize on that. A lot of people don't understand the importance of actually breaking down every position that you've done with that employer.
Got you.
Okay, got you.
That's what's up.
All right, so what are some of the things that somebody? I'm not trying to give away all your game now. You know what I'm saying? So, so stop me if he's like, yo, listen, if you want that information, holla at me at www.nonlessbruceley. Whatever it was. But like,
what's a trash resume look like?
No. What's okay.
That's what I want to know. Because I see resumes
as an employer, right?
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of young candidates that really just I feel like there's a thing with the younger generation now. How have you been able to help the younger candidates of this generation? Well, of the generation that's coming up now. How have you been able to enhance their resumes, especially? Some of them, let's say they're not in a professional field and they're looking to pursue that. How do you make them?
One of our listeners say you sound too low, so you gotta.
Who's that? Her?
Me?
Yeah,
okay.
you gotta put the mic a little bit.
Okay,
closer.
turn her mic up though.
It's damn near all the way up.
Well, give her all the way.
Yeah, damn near. Go ahead.
So how would I help a young candidate? Well, it definitely depends on the position that they're going for, because obviously if you're looking to apply for an acting role, you don't necessarily need the traditional resume that someone who's been working in corporate America would need. Each resume is tailored to the position that they're applying for. So I always ask, what is the website or what is the link that you saw the position that's being offered on? And I have them send it to me. And from there, I can tailor it towards what the employer is asking for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, dope.
And what's a trash resume look like? Because again, I feel like, yo, like, listen, like, we all know my little situation. Your boy got murked from the job, whatever. But I feel like I put my resume out and I wrote it myself, and I feel like I perfected it over a certain amount of time. Mm-hmm. And I feel like in my field, I know what people are looking for when they look at a resume. In my field specifically, you obviously deal with all fields, so you have more of a barometer, or I don't know the exact word, but in my field, I feel like I know what people are looking for. So when I put my resume out, a lot of my colleagues, I would say, they put their resumes out and they don't get the same response.
Okay.
So it's just kind of like, damn nigga, what you got on your resume? I'm just like, I feel like I know how to talk, know how to sell myself on my resume.
Exactly.
And I put it out there. You know what I mean?
So exactly what you just said. You sell yourself.
Yeah.
So people don't understand that this piece of paper is the first introduction that someone has to meeting you. Mm-hmm. It's not the face-to-face. Mm-hmm. This piece of paper is going to decide whether or not they're intrigued enough to find out more about you. Mm-hmm. So maybe you're selling yourself on your paper, but your peers are, a lot of people I see, they have a lot of grammatical errors.
Yeah.
I see some people that write in different fonts. Mm-hmm. And it's the small things that add up to the big things.
Got you.
So there's a lot of different things, but like I was telling you before, with growth, a lot of people don't put in there that they've been with a company for 10 years. Mm-hmm. For instance, they'll write cashier. Mm-hmm. And they don't say what they did before they did a cashier, what they did after they did cashier. They just literally list the fact that they were a cashier for 10 years at Publix, when in actuality, you probably worked in the deli, you probably worked in the bakery, you probably worked, all over that store, but you only listed one position.
Okay.
Right. So like again, like being somebody that's been in retail for the longest, I've never personally had to put out a resume, and my perspective of a resume is just like, it's like voting for the election. It's like, ain't nobody looking at this. Yeah. So is it true somebody is looking at this, and how do I generate a resume of somebody that's anonymous to me? I don't know who they are, what their way of thinking is, to ensure that that person is looking at mine.
Well, again, remember I was telling you about that tracking system that the employers use. They don't even have to go into the system and handpick your resumes anymore. Computers will bring that to them. Okay. Right? So, and all they do is type in a word, and they say, go find me 20 resumes that have this word on it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So again, shout out the website.
www.myanonymouslee.com.
Damn, definitely sound like a necessary service, and
that's
like
LEE.
You're proficient at it, so
know how to spell anonymous. LEE.com. All right.
Well, double place it on the screen.
Hit up for the secrets, and she gonna get your resumes right, man. I know a lot of y'all out there need work. Y'all probably watching us like, what these niggas doing?
Right.
So you know what I mean. It is what it is.
And that's not just a local thing, like, you know what I'm saying. This is worldwide, right. So anywhere anybody could
right.
utilize this.
So what's been going on in the last week though?
Valentine's Day, man. Yesterday
was Valentine's. How was your Valentine's Day? Mine, anonymously.
Mine was great. I had Sister Sarah's. And you guys eat Sister Sarah's?
What's that?
That's like, an eat?
Yeah, it's crabs. You guys
crabs?
They're in Fort Lauderdale. You don't know Sister Sarah's? Stop playing with me.
First of all, you just jumped right to where you went.
Yeah.
No, I didn't even go there. I came home. Let me tell you what happened, right?
Yeah.
I had to work all day.
Okay.
And I kind of sent my husband some hate text messages because I was like, yo.
Okay, so you're married. That's what let's establish.
Yeah, let's establish that.
That's what I was trying to get at. Okay.
I sent him some messages, and I said, it's 2:00 in the afternoon, and I haven't heard Happy Valentine's Day from you yet. I have like the most uncelebrative husband, a word like uncelebrated. He don't celebrate nothing. He don't care about what is y'all listen, okay? And it's not that he doesn't celebrate, he just doesn't look at it like he gives me I can honestly say whatever he has, he will give me.
Who told you Valentine's Day was important?
Nobody. No damn body. But guess what?
America
all you had to do was tell me you love me.
America told you Valentine's Day was important. Did. They told you with all these ads about Ghirardelli chocolates, roses, candy hearts, sweet tarts. All of that told you that Valentine's Day.
See, I don't even like
important.
None of that stuff.
But I feel you. I feel you. But the thing is that all of this stuff, when you walk in, you walked in the store, you walked in Walmart, in January, and you saw Valentine's
From
Day
January,
stuff.
they've been programming us, telling us that February 14th is the day he's supposed to tell you he loves you.
So
yes.
That's not funny to you.
And you fell for it.
I ain't fall for it. I knew.
You knew what?
Listen,
What you
it
knew?
was not
What you
even
knew?
up in January. It was up in December. They didn't even get rid of Christmas yet before they started advertising February. So he had 2 months.
So, but why are you putting that pressure
I don't know.
on him?
He could have bought
Because of what a retailer wants to do to sell something.
But you know what?
You're basing that on what their displays and where they decide to merchandise
Here's the thing.
their stores with
I didn't
Valentine's
really want
Day. So
nothing.
you're saying because of that, you have 2 months. You had all this time, went to Walmart about 15 times since January. You should have seen it and know it was coming to get me something.
Yeah.
No, okay, here's the thing. I didn't really want anything per se because there's a lot of stuff that I have that I don't necessarily need anything in particular from him. He doesn't even know what I like. Like, not to say he doesn't know what I like. He would go in a store and buy something. I'd be like, oh, I gotta take that shit back. I gotta take that shit back.
You know why?
So
because it's
for
a duty. The Valentine's Day has become a duty.
Yeah.
Right. It does.
For you, what is the perfect Valentine's Day?
Oh my God.
Valentine's,
what I had
Valentine's
last night.
gift.
What I had last night.
For you.
I had Sister Sarah's. I had a crab meal. It was crabs, corn, potatoes, sausage, all of that. I came home from work and that's what he had. And I was just like,
You posted it?
No, you know what's funny? I ate it before I posted it. I couldn't even goddamn wait.
Right there.
I couldn't even wait.
But
I
you posted
usually
it.
No, I didn't.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
Because I
That's
ate
what's
it.
up.
I
So
ate
the
it
world
too
don't
fast.
need to know what you did for Valentine's Day.
I ate it
right?
too fast.
Valentine's Day is not validation day.
It's
And
only
that's
a
what
day.
it's become.
Okay, so you got your perfect Valentine's
I did.
gift.
Yeah.
What do you think that other women prefer, or like what do women want on Valentine's Day?
It all depends on the type of woman, though.
If you didn't get Sister Sarah's, that's what. Am I getting it right? Sister Sarah's.
Man, listen, Sister Sarah owes some money. Gotta stop plugging
right?
that.
Right. If you didn't get that,
Hit me with the Addy after this. I want to check it out.
if you didn't get that, what do you think that women in general look for on Valentine's Day?
Like I was saying,
And
it
not that you
depends
speak for all
on
women,
the
but,
woman. I can't speak for everybody,
Of
but it
course not.
depends on the woman. Because I know women that don't work no goddamn where, but they want Givenchy sandals or
Gotcha.
they want Prada handbags. You don't
Gotcha.
work no goddamn where. You ain't got no money to put in none of these goddamn handbags that you asking for. So I believe that it all depends on the women. I know women that are just fine with a candlelight dinner that he made at home. That it's all the thought. Like for me, it's about thought. Like what did you?
Shout out to the Netflix and chillers out there.
Yeah.
Shout out to the McDonald's and wine drinkers out there. You feel me?
Definitely, it's definitely. I can't speak for all women, but I do
so
know.
speak on this. What is the woman's role during Valentine's Day? What do you feel
not
is
a
your
goddamn
world?
thing because I ain't buy him nothing. I
Galentine's
ain't buy
Day.
him nothing. Not to fuck him.
I'm not
Bringing me
saying-
in front of me. Nothing.
So just boom boom is your obligation.
Not even pum pum and get last night. Not even.
Throw the whole podcast away.
Not
wait.
even.
So hold on.
So wait,
he brought you the crab legs and the what
By
I mean.
the time
the
I was done
seafood.
eating, I was so full I just went to sleep.
Bumba club.
What I was supposed to do?
I thought Valentine's Day boom boom was a must.
No man.
At the very least.
So hold on.
Valentine's Day
hold on,
boom
hold
boom
on.
should be a must.
Not to get into your business. And if I'm going
It
too
was
far,
because you know what it was. We were tired.
Yeah, sorry,
I was
homeboy
tired.
out
I
there.
came in at
Don't
8
fight
o'clock.
us. We have a podcast. We delivering content.
So
don't hold her. Don't hold Anonymously to the fire for this one.
So not to go into your business and nothing like that. But on Valentine's Day, you don't get like extra.
No, because we had fucked the morning before.
But I'm saying though.
So and then we both went to work all day.
Not saying that.
Yeah, I feel like Valentine's Day when the tricks come out the bag now.
Exactly. So I'm not saying that you into this.
It came out the night before.
Hold on.
But when you married for 13 years, when you with somebody for so long,
She defensive, dog.
Wait, no.
You got her against the wall, dog. She ain't even gonna let you finish.
And I ain't even,
she coming out swinging.
And I ain't even asked the question yet.
Okay, go ahead with the question. Go ask the question. Ask the question.
So I know, you come from yard. You know what I mean? You're an island girl. Some island girls not into this, but some girls probably feel like, all right, usually he get the front. Valentine's Day, he might get the back.
Oh no, I
you know what I'm saying? Like Valentine's.
Ever in my no.
Okay.
No.
But some women feel like
some women.
Yeah. No.
I can't.
All right, we're not.
Okay.
I can't.
All right.
Okay, we're not here to get into your preference.
You
as
know
far
what's
as that's
funny?
concerned.
He ain't even that type of person, anyways.
Okay,
that's fine.
but not. I guess
Moving on.
what I'm saying is.
Hold on. Let me ask y'all a question.
Yeah.
So, which one of y'all motherfuckers is taking back? Because you know what they say about taking back.
What did they say?
What did they say about taking back?
Y'all don't know what they say
Okay,
about
don't
taking
get all
back.
Jamaican on here.
Okay.
Remember, we have audience.
I didn't say nothing.
We have audience.
Next subject.
I'm just saying. I'm not
don't even
going
know.
into what I like or whatever. I'm just saying.
How did your Valentine's Day go? What did you buy your wife?
I bought her some flowers. I'm anti-flowers. Like,
Yeah.
none. Like,
you know what they say about men who have such a big
anti-flowers.
problem with Valentine's Day? They say you guys are cheap.
Oh, that's fine. You can say what you want to say.
Is it true?
No,
it's not true. But listen, as a man, I feel like I don't like to be taken advantage of from any retailer. Period. Right?
Okay.
So if I'm going to a store, like I expect to pay the same prices I pay for roses that I would have paid 2 months from now. Right? I shouldn't pay extra because this is Valentine's. You see what I'm trying to say? You're taking advantage of the situation, which is not fair.
And like you said,
you should provide more options for me, but don't just provide the only option by selling a fucking $25 bouquet.
And like you
know
said,
what I mean? Instead of fucking,
it ain't for us, it's for y'all.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that, because just think about it. If all we ask is that you tell us Happy Valentine's Day and give us a card, just a card. But what is a card gonna do? Is a card gonna kill you?
Yes, it does, because all right, especially when you've been in a relationship for a long time, I feel like sometimes you turn on the romance. You turn on the romance. You're like, all right, listen, I'm gonna go above and beyond for my partner. And sometimes it's just like, hey, listen, we're in the thick of shit right now. Kids, bills, responsibilities is taking a toll on us right now. Our romance is kind of like it's there somewhere, but you know what? Let's fight through this. Let's fight through this, right? So I don't need a society tell me a particular day to chime in or chime out. You see what I'm trying to say? And if I do that regardless, if I make you feel special throughout the year, whichever date that is, that's on me, and that means more to me than an obligated day.
And that's exactly what I was gonna say, is that for the men that do it year round, when Valentine's Day comes up, us women, we already get all this shit that y'all getting on Valentine's Day. It's like for kids. You know how you buy things for your kids throughout the year, so that when Christmas comes, you're like, damn, what am I buy this motherfucker? He got everything. That's because you were a good parent all year long. Yeah. So if you're a good man all year long and you're helping me out, we're paying bills together, I feel loved all year long. When we get to Valentine's Day, something as simple as a crab dinner will suffice for me.
Well, what I'm saying though, something as nothing suffices well. What is, if I don't do anything at all, why are you then feeling belittled or mistreated
or not appreciated?
It's more like an acknowledgement. We just want to be acknowledged.
But why does it have to be on February 14th?
That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, do it when the fuck you want. Do it on the 13th.
No.
It's like you said, it's Galentine's Day. It's not Valentine's Day. It's Galentine's Day, right? So if
it's kind of the day that you profess, that you tell everybody that you know this is who
Why
I'm with.
are you accepting that day if I am doing that all year round? I'm not saying every day. Yeah. But what I'm saying is,
maybe you think you're doing it year round, but you're really not. If she's upset on Valentine's Day and you ain't got her nothing, it's because you ain't did shit all year long, and she just wanted. She was expecting on this one damn day that, you know what, he gonna try.
So if I come through on Christmas, If I come through on your birthday, and I come through for Mother's Day,
okay,
but you know what, Valentine's Day, the vibe,
like
it just wasn't there. It wasn't convenient for me.
Yeah.
Am I a bad person?
Mm-hmm.
I am. But okay, right. Ladies. That's all I'm saying.
Nothing more to say on that.
Yeah. But y'all see how it is. They take it real deep and personal now.
Yep.
God dang it, you. Yep.
All right. All right. So over the past week, again, R.I.P. Kobe Bryant. It's been a lot going on with him, and I just heard recently that he was laid to rest at a private funeral. Yeah. And you know what? I'm happy for that. Like, I'm glad that
they didn't publish. They didn't make a media mockery out of it.
Yes, I'm glad that his family chose to do that privately, and his wife got to grieve, and the kids.
Did you hear it was actually the wife's request to do it privately, and the family wanted to do something publicly?
Really? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I read it. I read it on one of these little websites.
That sucks.
Because they wanted to share Kobe because he was so big to the world. They wanted to share him with everyone.
On 24th. Though.
Yes, but they have something scheduled.
They had to come to an agreement.
They have something scheduled for 2/24 because he wore the number 24 and his daughter wore the number 2. So February 24th, they figured that it was a perfect day to acknowledge both of them at the Staples Center. So they're gonna have a big thing at the Staples Center.
Right.
But I'm glad that the family was able to have something privately by themselves, and you know what I mean. I'm not sure how many people there. I don't know what the details is on that, but I'm glad about that. But throughout this entire process, and I don't want to say process to make it sound like it's some kind of technical thing, but throughout this whole situation, it's been a lot of different opinions on Kobe, and the main thing is that people brought up the whole rape thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And we expected that because even when he got his Oscar, I want to say last year, when he got his Oscar, everybody was like, oh no, y'all giving an Oscar to a rapist and blah, 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 blah. So it's like one of them things where every time he win a championship, every time he do something great, every time he make another $1 million, $1 billion investment,
it follows you.
They bring up the whole situation. So Gayle had an interview with Lisa Leslie, and she brought it up in a distasteful way, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, at least the clip. That's what the clip.
That's what
portrayed.
The clip. Did anybody watch the full interview?
We judgmental, so you know what I'm saying. We saw what we needed to see.
No. From what I saw, it looked to me like she could have waited. Like that was more like an interview down the line. Let the man go rest in peace first in the grave. Get him buried, and then we could bring up the bullshit that he did, just like we do other people.
All right, so devil advocate in that scenario, right? And you're somebody that highlights people's professions and talents and capabilities for a living. Do you feel as though Gayle King being an interview, what would you like? What's the term if you're an interviewer or what?
Right. So there's so much that goes into that.
That's your profession or whatever, and tackling the tough subjects.
Yeah.
Is what brings you notoriety and fame. Is it wrong of her to do that?
It's not wrong. It's something that needs to be done. Is it publicly condemning? Yes. The public doesn't like it. Well, some people in the public don't like it because when we talk about public, we can't just speak from our own perspectives. We have to speak for everybody.
Yeah.
So some people didn't like it. Yeah. But professionally, she had to do it because guess what? Every other reporter was doing it too.
True.
Yes.
But there's a way to do it.
Definitely.
That doesn't make it seem like okay, you speaking to his friend. Maybe you didn't see that he was a rapist, Lisa.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So maybe she should have. Maybe.
and that's
you did that shit perfectly, right?
That's how she should have said
That's
it.
pretty much what we're saying. Well, maybe you didn't see he was a rapist, Lisa.
Right.
Like, he's your friend.
Right.
He's not going to show you that he's a rapist in front of you.
Yeah. Right. And that's true. People. We were just talking about that earlier about how people put on different faces for different people. So he could have very well been exactly that.
Yeah.
But he didn't give or come off to her as that, to Lisa. She doesn't look like a girly person to me.
Yeah, she was basically saying, like, listen, all my homeboys I hang with,
right,
send
that's
me
what
to
I
go
got
get
from
bitches
it.
for 'em.
Right, that's what I got from it.
Lisa.
That's what I got from it. She doesn't look like somebody he hit on.
Whoa,
right?
She bag bitches for niggas. Oh, that's dope, man.
Thank you.
All the NBA niggas, I'm bringing you to every party, Lisa. That's what's up.
Exactly.
That's what's
So
up, but,
she didn't look like somebody who he would hit on.
Yeah.
So therefore, she probably can't see that, that side of him, like she said.
Y'all trying to say she ugly?
No,
we're
not painting that picture. Don't go there, bro.
I'm fucking her.
Don't go there.
She's cute to somebody.
Oh.
So I'm not saying she's ugly at all.
That's safe. Yeah.
But I mean, it was just the way she worded her questions.
Yeah.
They came off as insensitive.
And shout out to Lisa. I feel like her answers were perfect.
Yes.
They were definitely. Man.
It was the most inappropriate questions and the most perfect answers.
Oh
so
my God.
It went well.
She said, I think that the media should.
And the media
be
meant
a little bit more sensitive.
You, Gayle, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Move on to the
That
next-
could have been.
Yeah, that was directly at Gayle. That was not to. And Gayle took it as that when she made an Instagram post. She said it herself.
Yeah.
She said, like, she wasn't talking to everybody. She was talking to me.
Right.
Yeah.
She said the media, and she was referring to me. Let it go.
But I think what black people were looking for when we were watching that was we were looking for Gayle to be more sensitive in the sense that we already know the white media is going to drag his name.
Yeah.
But we feel as though celebrities owe us, like these black celebrities, like when they go for the camera, they're speaking for us. That's how we feel. A lot of us feel like that.
Yeah.
Like you're speaking for the black community. You're representing the black community.
Should we feel like that though?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You think we should?
Yes, I definitely
Why?
do. It goes to I'm not sure who this analyst is or this reporter is.
Gayle?
No, that she put out a post. She had a clip. And
You talking about the viral? Yeah.
Erica Cobb.
Yeah.
Her name is Erica Cobb, and she really touched on a lot of the stigmas that's been going around with black people. You know what I'm saying? From the first, I don't remember the name of the first movie ever.
Yeah.
Where you know what I mean, like the black man was the demon, like the guy that was running around raping women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the white people was hunting this monster.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Take fast forward to, you know what I'm saying, Emmett Till, or you know what I'm saying, all these people that were, I forgot who the boxer was that we brought him up one time on the podcast where he was caught crossing state lines with a white woman in the car.
Jack Johnson.
Yeah. And the Central Park 6 and all these demonizing ways that America has subjected black people to look at in a certain light. So you fuck with a white woman, that's what you are. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So that was Erica's point. It was like, yo, listen, we need to address a lot of the trauma that we have been put on us as black people. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's important for us. You know
so
what I'm saying?
Are you saying that because we're black, we sweep under the rug what other black people do that are crimes that we would consider like a crimes to society? Do we sweep it under the rug because they're black and we don't discuss it? Because
that's not what we're saying. But what we're saying, if there's reason for doubt, why are we focusing on why we're making them guilty if there's reasons for doubt? You see what I'm trying to say? It's like they're painting him as a rapist when in actuality the case was all dismissed. You know what I'm saying? It was settled. So why are we still continuing with this narrative that he's guilty?
That's where I wanted to go. So
let me ask you this question. Go ahead.
You yourself. Mm-hmm. Do you feel that Kobe raped that woman?
It is not. It's not for me to feel. It's for me to understand that you don't put yourself in certain positions where someone can say that you raped them. Because had he have been home with his wife, none of this would have came up.
But people,
this wouldn't be an option. How does LeBron avoid being put in situations like this? Why are you in a room with another woman?
And he's still capable of all these things. So
he's still capable.
I've learned about life. Stop putting things past people.
What is the difference?
Do not put it past LeBron.
No,
that LeBron can't get involved.
We won't put it past him. We won't put it past him. But what we will say about LeBron is he's damn good about covering his tracks.
Nah, I'm not going to say.
Maybe
I'm not
Kobe.
Put it past him.
Maybe Kobe needed to take a few lessons from LeBron.
But
why was he in a room with another woman?
And I agree.
Why?
And that's
you put when we make dumb decisions. Then this is the shit that we have to go through.
And I agree. I agree with you on that. But at the same time, we're not condemning the cheating. I'm not condemning it. I don't know anybody else who's condemning the cheating. I'm not condemning the cheating. But okay, he cheated. Yeah, it's fucked up, bro. It's fucked up that you cheated. But did you rape somebody while cheating on your wife? Yeah. Is that what you did?
We may never know.
Of course, we will never.
But what we do know is, had you not have been in that situation in the first place, you would not be facing all of these charges.
But he was, though. He was.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
So then guess what? We got to talk about it. You put yourself in a bad position, and now we have to address it.
In the light of you dying, in the light of all the other things that you've done, in the light
we could have taken a break from discussing it.
In the light of the inspiration that you have to all the athletes out here that want to be like Kobe, we talked about Kobe being a verb. You shoot a shot, you throw something in the trash can.
Let this be a lesson.
Blah, 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 whatever it is. In the light of all of that, of course, I guess it is fair game because this is a part of your life, right? But is it fair game to try to make it seem like, yes, you did that shit? Yeah. Because a lot of the times when we talk about this stuff, it's like women automatically take the woman's side.
No.
But that's what's happening in this situation. We automatically and I understand why.
I would say so.
I understand why.
Anonymously, you went to the cheating. That seems like a woman's. That's the side that that would be the perspective that you look at it from.
You know what it is. I have to look at it from multiple perspectives. I don't just. I'm a Libra, so Libras we look at things. We acknowledge everything. We try to put all the little facts together from my perspective, from his perspective, and the perspective that I get is, you know what? Had you not have been in that room. All of this shit could have been avoided.
Okay. So let me ask you a question.
But again, he was.
But just like we acknowledge his accolades and everything that he's done for the community, we have to acknowledge what he's done wrong.
Wait. Can I get this one? Can I get this one?
Go ahead.
How much of your past mistakes do you want to follow you for the rest of your life?
Do I want or will follow me?
How much of your past mistake would you accept being followed?
I want every single thing to follow me.
So you would
everything that I have done has made me who I am today. So I need it to follow me.
But what I'm saying is, okay, so hey, listen, you get promoted tomorrow. Would you like social media, instead of saying, "Hey, congratulations on your promotion," say, "Hey, man, listen, didn't you do this and this last year?"
Ain't my coworker gonna do that shit? My coworker gonna do the same shit. Why did she get the promotion and I've been here working my ass off and da 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 da? It's gonna go
not
regardless.
Your coworker though, but people that's just not your coworker. Friends on social media. Yeah, it will bring up, "Hey, man, listen, man. In high school, she did this or that,
and then I can speak
she kissed
to
homeboy's boyfriend."
But the difference is obviously in this situation, he can't speak to it anymore. And again, there have been instances where this has been brought up before. Right. So it's not like, okay, this is the first time and whatever. Anytime this dude does anything good, it's brought up that he did this negative. It's brought up that we believe that you are a rapist.
But we knew all of this.
Whatever.
This didn't happen in 2020. This didn't just start in 2020. This has been going on for years.
Of course it didn't. So I'm saying, I guess the same thing that Killa is asking. God forbid, if you were to pass away right now, do you want it to be brought up that, hey, Anonymously did this, and that when we was in the 3rd grade. Anonymously did this when we was in the senior in high school. She jumped in when some girl was getting beat up and she stomped her face. Like, does that need to be brought up at your demise? Does that need to be brought up? Right? What is the significance of that right there?
And
just imagine somebody getting
did
on.
Did it happen?
And what? No, okay.
Did it happen?
Yes.
If it happened, I don't give a damn if you bring it up.
Okay, here.
But hold on. But it happened, right? Mm-hmm. But essentially, when we're talking about a public figure here, we're talking about somebody essentially getting up at the funeral. We're talking about somebody. Does anybody in the house have a reason why these two shouldn't be? Yes.
Nobody do
Let
that.
me stand. But that's what it is. That's what's going on right now. They standing up and saying, yes, this nigga was a piece of shit. Why is we celebrating him? Because I feel he did this and I feel like he did that. That's exactly what the public is doing.
You know what's funny?
What does the word forgive me be?
Forgive me?
Forgive. What does the word forgive mean? Forgiveness, forgive. What does it mean?
Okay, so here's the thing. Neither one of you have vaginas, right?
Nope, not at all.
I love it though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, until someone's taken your vagina without your permission, you probably won't understand why someone is screaming at the mountaintops that, you know, this happened to me, and I want everyone to know so that, one, you can be aware of who this person is.
Okay.
He is not who you guys are saying he is.
That's fair.
That's very fair.
So that's
fair.
one.
But is that person doing it?
And two, she's told someone. We don't know what experiences Gayle has had. We don't know. We don't know what she's had. But this could have been something that was very personal to her. Maybe she is relating to that, because that's, at the end of the day, we're all creatures that want to relate to people. We feel better when we relate to people. So maybe she feels as though this woman went through something that I went through too, but she doesn't have the voice that I have. So maybe I can bring it up and speak on it. Let me just say, on the platform that she's speaking on, okay, maybe she can reach more by discussing it. Maybe she doesn't want, or she does, right? Or maybe she's looking for ratings, but for whatever reason, it was done at the wrong time with the wrong person. Yes, I felt like she should have held off, but at the same time, we got to also, the same heat we're giving her, we got to apply that to the white media that was also asking the same damn questions. No, they weren't asking Lisa, but they were saying it, they were broadcasting it, it was on the news, it was everywhere.
That goes back to what I was saying about the movies and the stigmas that's been placed on black people throughout the years. And the white
media,
how
is that a stigma if you rape someone?
No,
but we don't know. But that's
we don't know. We don't know.
But you just said you raped someone.
Know.
But and that's what everybody else is saying too.
That's
so hold on. So hold on. So at the same time, right? We're talking about credibility here, right? We don't know this woman. We don't know Kobe. We don't know either one of them.
Which is all the more reason why he shouldn't have been in a room with a. If I make millions of dollars, why am I setting myself up?
We already established that. We already established that. But what I'm saying is, we don't know. We were not there. We don't know what happened. But there are details to the case that came out. There are details that
don't do that.
That place a negative light on this woman that accused Kobe of this heinous act.
And the thing is, I'm neither here nor there on the topic, because I for one, when I saw what Gayle was doing, I was like, this is just wrong. This is distasteful. This is not something that I feel as though.
And that's fine. That's fine that you're there. But there are women that are here on it, and they're like, "Yo, you did this." So my thing is credibility. How do we establish that he didn't do it? And how do we establish that this woman is telling the truth? Because there have been instances in history where women have lied on black men, specifically white women, have lied on black men, saying that they did something that they did not do.
Right.
So where does this woman, who none of us know, we don't know her name, if I'm not mistaken, we don't know her name. All we know is that this woman worked at the front desk at this hotel and this supposedly went down. Why is it that automatically we believe, or automatically there are billions, millions of women in here that just believe, just because something happened to them, they automatically believe that this is the truth, that this white woman is speaking against the black, and I have to highlight that she is a white woman. It's not nothing against white women or whatever. I just have to highlight that.
Right. I acknowledge that Kobe put himself in a high profile situation.
He fucked up. He cheated on his wife.
He cheated on his wife. He fucked up. But removing that, how do we know for sure? This person accepted money to shut up. Has she not been compensated for whatever grief happened or didn't happen?
Because she got money?
Yes. You accepted. You said this is... You have to accept it.
It's worth this much.
This is worth this much.
What you put me through is worth this much.
It's worth this much. Whatever it is, it's worth this much.
So because he gave him a fraction, because he gave her a fraction.
Your acceptance is saying that is the value of what happened. I feel if I was done injustice or I was done wrong, somebody stole something from me, took something from me. I want it back.
You can't get that
back.
If
I can't get it back,
you gotta pay.
You gotta pay
X amount.
By being in jail. Is that sufficient enough for me? Or you gotta pay X amount of money?
The last time I checked,
sufficient enough for me?
The last time I checked,
any of those that you accepted is telling me that you have been compensated for what it is that happened.
That's hush money.
Okay.
That's not necessarily meaning that I'm saying
that's that person's price.
No, at the time. Because guess what? Didn't she start talking again?
Hold your thought. Mm-hmm. So when you say it's hush money, that is accepting.
That's. Can you be quiet about this, please? Because I'm trying to do this shit over here that's real positive, and this is kind of fucking up my day and fucking up.
And how much would it take for you to do that? That's what I'm saying.
It depends. It depends on the person because I gotta do research, like how much money they make, what they worth, and all that.
And I appreciate you being real about it.
And then when you took the money, then what?
But again,
and I'll be calm till my money start dwindling down, and then you gotta remember. I always tell females like, and I know a lot of females. I know like people that are I can't even go into detail, but I know a lot of females, and these females, they probably accept money for services like that.
And this person was accused of doing that, but nobody highlights that.
Okay. And one thing that I tell people,
she was accused of being an escort, being somebody that goes up to the hotel room and do that for pay. She was accused of that. There's multiple semen found in her.
So just because she accepts pay means that on that particular day she had to.
We weren't there. No.
Okay.
But why don't we highlight her?
Exactly. And when you highlight her transgressions, it makes it seem like you're supporting a rapist. Again, we don't know if he was a rapist. He's dead. She's not speaking about it. He's dead. She's not speaking about it.
You know,
right. All we know is court documents, what's in the media, blah 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 blah. And I'm not trying to defend him,
right?
To justify or unjustify. I'm just saying that there's questions all around, and I'm just saying that there are women that automatically believe whatever this woman said.
Yeah, mob mentality is something.
And there's a history that goes against that. That's all I'm saying.
Mob mentality is a real thing. Like we see the Netflix doc, Don't Fuck with Cats.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And people go all out for whatever it is that they believe in.
Right.
People attach themselves to certain things.
Yeah.
It's what they relate to.
What they relate to, and they're just like, no, that's the line. You can't cross that, right? And somebody that's they're doing a 30 for 30 on Mike Vick. And the other day he's writing a book or whatever, and he's down here during this. He's down in Miami actually, promoting his book or whatever, and he's down here promoting his book, doing some autograph signing and things like that. And one of my coworkers sent in a group text. He's like, "Hey, look at the sign my wife made." And it's a sign of like these pit bulls with their face like fucked up and dismangled and shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, man, she's gonna go ahead and protest against Michael Vick." And I'm like, oh, whoa, really? Damn, like she's a vegan and she's a real animal lover, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, okay, that's cool. I mean, that's commendable if she got a cause that she wants support, whatever, cool. So she's going out there to support Michael Vick, and it's like protest against Michael Vick. Sorry. She goes out there, and I'm say good like 120 people out there, with their signs and everything like that. Michael Vick does his thing, whatever, autograph signing. Comes out, Michael Vick gives this heartfelt apology and tells everybody, hey, listen, man, I'm very sorry for what I did, and you know what I'm saying, this is what I'm doing, I'm supporting this cause, and money, funds from this is going here, and and I'm sorry for what I did. I was convicted, and and a good half of the audience, a good half of the protesters was like, yo, all right, man, like I'm with that. Like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that was enough for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the other half wanted to fight the half that wanted to dip. They really was out there fighting each other because they was like, yo, they was accepting of the man's apology.
Right.
And he already served his time, though.
He served his time. He came out there and said, listen, I'm sorry.
But that's two different crimes.
Why does it?
Because it's two different crimes.
No.
I don't see it like that. Because one is a dog and one is an actual human.
So don't fuck with dogs either.
Don't fuck with them. Don't fuck with animals.
But you're just minimizing a dog's life.
No.
Anonymously, you gotta relax.
Obviously, they're not on the same.
You gotta relax. Don't do that. I know you're from Yard.
Pedestal.
I know where we come from.
They're not on the same pedestal.
I know what we live in. Oh man,
they're not on the same pedestal. If we're being honest, a human's life is worth way more than a dog's. Would you save a human's life before you save a dog's?
Some people would save a dog's life before a human.
Yes.
You know what?
You don't. Do you not realize?
Personally, I will not. But remember, this is okay. So you know what? I'm glad we had a discussion on that, and I'm glad we have disagreements, and we, you know what I mean. We fleshed it out.
Yeah,
I think we fleshed it out enough. Y'all listeners, y'all tell us how y'all feel about the situation.
Vagina,
and we fleshed it out. so you know what? We talked about this.
Yeah.
We talked about this a little bit before the podcast, and you know what? I'm gonna bring that motherfucker up. Bring it up. D Wade and his wife Gabby Union.
Oh, we're just gonna jump from one controversial
subject to the next. So,
all right.
So, it's a debate going on in this country, and we're gonna talk about this respectfully, right? Mm-hmm. It's a debate that's going on in this country about transgender and how you feel when you're born, and this, that, and the third, and whatever.
Well, which will forever be a debate, right? Because just like Erica Cobb brought up the whole, the Black history and the history of how Black people have been identified in this country and everything like that. Mm-hmm. We have suffered trauma, and that's why when we see a situation like Kobe, as Black men, mm-hmm. we identify with it, and we feel a way. Mm-hmm. Right, so that's why the subject needs to be handled a certain way, because it's like, listen, I am offended, regardless one way or another, Kobe guilty or not, it offends me because we've been painted in a certain light, and we're looked upon a certain light. So we would want somebody to really just honestly, handle the situation correctly. So when it comes to homosexuality, I feel like, or transgender or anything like that, I feel like as heterosexual men, sometimes because listen, I love women, and it's I can't fathom somebody else loving something else, like the thought of vagina, like everything, like somebody being aroused by something else other than this is far from me, so therefore I formulate opinions and things like that about people, but I can't really, in this time of age, maybe me getting older or whatever, I really say to myself, like, listen, maybe it's just something I can't understand because it's not a perspective.
But who are you to understand what he likes? What Mark, I point at you.
No, you point on
I'm
my head.
back there.
Yeah.
But who are you to understand what that person likes? Mm-hmm. Like, what is your opinion? Like you said, it is your opinion.
Yeah.
So it's not for me to decide what you want to do with your
It's not
body
for
parts. That's not for me. I can have my own opinion, and guess what? I can be the governor of my household. Yeah. You cannot do it in this household that I have to get up and work 2 jobs to make sure.
But why do we have opinion about somebody else and how they do?
Which is what I'm saying. It shouldn't even be. It shouldn't even affect you.
So are we offended or this? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Well, go ahead and spew the headlines that really fucking sensationalize this whole thing.
No,
the Gabrielle Union, Dwyane Wade.
We're here to talk about it. So. Exactly what you said is what was said in this article. There are points, especially us as Black folks, specifically Caribbean folks, when we talk about stuff like this, not in my household. If this is what you're going to do, you're going to do it outside of my household. You're not going to do it in here, right? Mm-hmm. So these people, Dwyane Wade and Gabrielle Union, and it sucks that the mom of, what's her name, Savon, the mom of...
has to watch this.
The young child here has to watch this from afar, like she isn't his mom or whatever. Exactly. Whatever. But these two are being applauded because they are so accepting. It was like a whole rollout, right? So remember last year when we saw this picture right here?
Yeah.
That was it wasn't the beginning of the rollout. That was like the middle of the rollout. Where it's just like, okay, this is my child, and I'm gonna continue to say child, not to be insensitive to anybody.
But
right?
He is a child.
It's a child.
So this is but I'm not gonna define any genders here. So this is his child, right? His child was born this way. His child has grown now to feel like he's of a different gender than he was born, right? Whatever, however people want to feel about it, that's how they want to feel about it. These two, Gabby and D Wade, are being applauded because they are so accepting of it. They are going to gay pride events. They are speaking in favor of this child accepting who he is and showing the world who he is, because these are two famous people and he is the product of one of those famous people.
No, I don't think it's because of that. I think because the negative, anybody that has anything not so uplifting or positive to say about this is demonized in today's society.
Yeah, you homosexual.
You homosexual,
transsexual, or
whatever it is, you're just demonized.
Yeah.
So the people that has opinions, they tend to shut the fuck up during the duration of these things.
Yeah.
Which is actually, I feel like, is a larger portion of the people that has are speaking positive on it.
Yeah.
But you know what? If you speak negatively about it, you know, you're gonna get chastised. People are gonna come at you. You're gonna get put on blast. So you know what? I'll fall back. I'll reserve my opinion. And I feel like the only opinions you're gonna see are those that are pro that behavior.
But that's not the case though, because even when this was posted, and you know how we all from South Florida. Y'all
What's
know
the headline on it? It says, "Yo, they're celebrated as black fucking excellence and shit like that for doing that."
That's the headline,
right?
But when we read the comments say something totally different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the people are speaking something totally different. So this article kind of goes through, and I read the whole article. It was a long article. I was like, God damn, I'm reading for fucking ever. But it's a long article, and they go into the stigmas of black people being transgender and gay, and white people being transgender and gay. And you know what I'm saying? Again, they go into percentages and hate crimes. It's the article kind of goes deep, and reading the article, it tells me that somebody that's of this community wrote this article, because I personally don't believe that somebody that's outside of this community, I could not have written this article, right?
Yeah.
So they go into it, and they go into real deep crime statistics and blah, 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 and people should be more accepting and blah 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 blah, this, that, and the third, and it's just like, why are we not allowed to? If you're gonna put your child out like that, do you need to put your child out in the public to say, hey, my child is such and such, and da 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 da? Like, okay, let's just say my child is gay. Do I need to put the social media and all my little 200 friends that's on Facebook, hey, my daughter is gay, and blah, or my son is gay, and y'all better accept it? And that's kind of not.
But do you do that as a black person though? I'm black and I'm proud, right? Like when you're proud of something or proud of who you are or what you are, He's proud of what
he's proud of his son. He's proud of what his son has come to be. If his son is telling him, listen, I don't want to do what is tradition, and I kind of feel like I like this type of person more than I like this type of person. In my opinion, he's young. He's very young. And he may very well be gay. But he may just be somebody who wants to try different shit. And then, unfortunately, what he doesn't understand about this society is when you try different shit, you kind of are gay. Like, it's, even if you tell me, oh, I just tried it with a man one time. No, you're gay. You always have that tendency to go back. But what I feel like what they're doing with their child, what they're doing with this boy is a double-edged sword. Because the public will big you up and celebrate you today.
And tear you down tomorrow.
Turn right around.
A particular public, yeah.
turn right around, couple months from now, anything he does, they may it may backfire on them. And I feel as though you two decided that you wanted to be famous. You two decided that. That's a little child. Yeah. Give him some time. I remember when Willow Smith came out with Jaden, and Will Smith and Jada were talking about how, you know, this is a decision that their kids wanted to do. And she had that hot song, with my hair back and forth, whatever. Yeah. And they were pushing her into acting and dancing and doing all these things. And then all of a sudden she was just gone.
Yeah,
we don't know what the hell happened, but when they were doing I think it was on the Red Table, or they were talking about it somewhere on an interview, and she was like, "What happened? Like, why did you stop making music?" And she said, "Oh, it was what Willow wanted to do." Like, and then we realized that we're famous. She didn't have to be thrown into being famous. That was just a choice that we made. And when she told us she was tired of doing videotaping, she was tired of doing this, then they listened to her. And then they said, okay, you don't have to do this shit no more. Unlike him now, on the other hand, where I feel as though they're pushing this. He doesn't know this much about the gay community as what they're letting on to be. Like, it feels to me like they're attending seminars, they're holding interviews, they're doing all type of information
shit about, you know,
about stuff that he doesn't know. If he knew this shit already and he came and he was like, this is what I want to do when I did. All right, but it seems to me like they're kind of forcing it now, and then not only are they forcing it, but they're forcing it into our homes.
At the same time, you know what I mean, being a parent myself, I have, you know what I mean, my kids, you know, my kids aren't the same as Mark's kids, or, you know what I mean, any of my friends' kids. My kids have different interests, and they have different pursuits and different perspectives and different ways of looking into things. And even my son, he learns different. Am I a bad parent if I nurture the way that they look at things and, you know, accept things and learn?
Listen to young Wade talk.
His name is Zaya.
Listen to young Wade.
All right, you go ahead and put that. I'm gonna use a bathroom. Go ahead. I gotta use a bathroom.
It's just like, you know, be true and don't really care what, like.
Did you see this?
This is him talking?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
The stereotypical way of, like, being you is.
Even when people are being mean, and even when people are getting hurt because they're trying to be themselves, and even through that, you still want people to make sure that they live their truth.
Yeah, I think, I know it can get tough, definitely. Yeah, but I think you push through and you be the best you, and especially more recently, like, it's become more accepting, even though there's, you know, obviously a lot of people out there who still want to accept, you know, more the, like, back in their days way of mind. But I think even through hard times, just you gotta just push through. I mean, like, it's worth it. I feel like it's very worth it when you reach that point of, like, yourself.
Feeling free.
Yeah.
Feeling like you.
Yeah.
Feeling like you don't have to hide.
Like, you could look in the mirror and, like, say, like, hi to yourself. Like, nice to meet you.
This nigga got a scrunchie on
Instead
his
of, like,
is that a scrunchie?
I don't really know who I am.
Okay.
It's like a full identity crisis.
He ain't got no liquor hair on his damn head. What he needs scrunchie for?
What happened now? What should I take away from that? What's to take away from that?
I agree
Zaya
with
has
him.
spoken.
I agree with him.
In what sense?
He said it gets to a point where you have to live your life and you have to live your truth. It does get to that point.
It's always been that point.
Maybe he's arrived at that point earlier than other people. Maybe it's some 30-year-olds who's still walking around in the closet because they haven't had that light bulb turn on to tell them this is what I am, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah, but I hear a lot of people applauding them and commending them for having such a mature perspective.
Yeah.
But however, I mean, what gives you wisdom? What gives you the knowledge and wisdom to come up with that perspective? Isn't it not time? Is it there has time and experience? Right. Has this young man been sexually active? Has he? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
that too. Like,
but you know what?
Like, how
wait,
do you
that's a damn good question now, because I am somebody who believes that you do what you want in your household because I'm doing what I want in my household, and as long as it's right, like, I'm not hurting anybody, and you're not hurting anybody, I'm okay with what you're doing because it's not affecting me.
Yeah.
Okay, but That is a very good question. How does he know what he likes if he has never been?
But that's a straight man who has had experience way in looking at it. That's what they would say. Mm-hmm. They would say that we've had experience, life experience, and whatever, and that's our way of looking at it. Because how do you know if da da da? So let's just say, he goes on in a couple years from now, or a year, or whatever. He has an experience that's not favorable to him. And I don't want to go into details. Right?
Wait, so what are you saying? He has experience and he doesn't want to be gay anymore?
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, I thought I was up to this.
Wait.
I thought I was up to this. But hey,
this is something. It's not for me. Yeah.
Wait. Before you go any further, I want to tell you guys this, right?
Yeah.
I think I sent you this article the other day where it was talking about people who have had sex changes, and a lot of them are regretting.
Yeah,
that
I think we spoke
because
about
it hurts. They don't. It's not actually a satisfying feeling.
Yeah.
To have sex.
Yeah.
So they don't really have sex low key like that. They just kind of They like this the outward appearance.
So what are you saying?
They're more concerned about what society looks at them as,
right?
Versus like.
How
does this
this is real, fam?
Yeah, this is real, fam. Like, listen,
and
dudes out here.
It's easier for us women because we don't have to stick anything in us. So it's definitely easier for us to say, you know what, I'm gonna join that ship, and I'm just only talking to women. But for men, you guys really have to commit to
not
it.
you guys.
So, men in general have to commit to it. So that's why I'm always saying, if somebody decides that they are going to go that way, I am not going to be the person to tear them down in the decision that they've made. That is their decision.
Well, what about the people that say out there that say don't knock it till you try it? What do you say to them, Dub?
Me? Hey, man, I have a limit. This
is one of those experiences that you can tell me about.
I know that I am a straight man, and I know that I don't want to try it.
Right. Like, I know I could get from Miami to New York on a bicycle, but that's just not the route I want to take.
It's not the route I want to take.
Right.
Perfect example.
Right.
Leave it right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm riding with that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? It like, I don't want to say that it sucks to see these people applauded or whatever, but I think that this is the way that society is going, and they want you to think like,
people are scared of public backlash, and
Yeah.
that's the corner we've been painted in. So we
what
can't
would you
really
guys-
necessarily have an honest conversation, you know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna be seem like you're ignorant.
So
or
what would
you're
you
mean.
like to happen? Would you like people to discuss it more openly and say their feelings of, you know?
No. What I would like to happen is, if you feel as though that's what you want to do, then go ahead and do it. But like, I don't need it to be in my face all the fucking time, right?
You don't need it on TV.
Yeah, I don't need it on
Yeah.
TV.
Right.
I don't need, you know what I'm saying?
For instance, now that you're
reporter.
talking about that, you know, the friggin' shows How to Get Away with Murder and Empire. I was loving those shows, and then all of a sudden, boom,
The gay agenda.
it's like it's not like one kiss. It is a full head on Pornhub. It's like damn. It's like
full head on Pornhub. All right, so don't judge me. Right. I've watching Pornhub, watching FUQ.com or whatever. I watch porn. I'm a man.
FUQ.com?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's where
I'll
all
look
of them
that
at. Yeah,
up.
that's the one right there. You going that brings you to Pornhub. That brings you to everywhere.
Okay.
So that's like a great hub
All right.
for porn, right?
A great hub for porn. Okay.
It's a great hub for porn.
Okay.
So, watching all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? I've come across some landmines, you know what I mean? As a man, like you click on a title, but that's not what you're getting when you click on it. Like, you might see something, you know what I'm saying, that you haven't seen. Like, you're like, yo, what? That's two dudes. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, back in the day, one time, you know, at one point, you know what I mean? You be like, hey, get the shit the fuck off my screen.
Right.
I wish Dub was here to have this conversation. But you know what I'm saying? Have you ever seen like a lesbian scene? Not saying you're a lesbian. Are you into women?
No, I'm not.
You're not.
Yeah.
Okay, so have you ever watched intentionally a lesbian porn?
I did. I watched Pornhub. I saw two women. They were scissoring. I didn't like it. just because I was waiting for something.
You just say, let me see.
Yeah, it wasn't for me, but I at the same time, I didn't get up and change it. Mm-hmm. I didn't get up and change it.
You didn't get up and change it.
But if I was a dude and I was watching that and two dudes came up on my screen, I, as a female, when two dudes come up on my screen, I change it. So if I was a dude, I would be totally pissed off. Because I'd be like, damn, like that would ruin everything for me. I would never catch that nut. It would just stay right there.
Not catch a nut, right? But not catch a nut. Never would masturbate to a gay scene,
right?
But there was a point in my younger life that if somehow, some way, this gay scene came on my screen, I'm fast forwarding.
Okay, fast forward.
Or skipping to something else.
But you're not leaving it. That's what I'm saying.
There was a point where I said, let's see what this is about.
No. I didn't. I've never been intrigued.
Let's see what this is about. Now, I did not masturbate to it.
No, the fact
not
that
saying
you said,
I enjoyed it.
Let's see what this is about.
Let's just see
Most people who are not or have no intention of ever finding out.
I feel like that is a way over masculinizing it, or saying that, you know, that you might be gay, or you might be soft, or whatever. But I don't think that's what it is. I feel like, all right, Dub, now that you're back in this, right? You know what I'm saying? And all judgments can come my way. Throw it Killer Kel's way. I'm here for it.
I really want to see your face when he asks you.
Yes. So yeah. The question was asked: has she ever watched any porn that had lesbian activities in it?
Yeah.
And being that she's not a lesbian, did she see it through, or you know, watch it for what we deem as a significant amount of time?
Yeah.
She said yes.
Okay.
But then she said that she's seen a dude on dude, and she dismisses it right away. And she went on to say that she would understand why a dude would dismiss that right away.
Okay.
And I said that there was a time where one of them came on.
You already know what it's going, right? Okay, go ahead.
You watched it, son?
If you watched it, what does that mean?
Son?
What does that mean?
I watched it.
Oh my God.
I watched it. I said, listen.
Cut the fucking live, yeah?
Cut the live.
Cut the live.
Cut the live. So are you gay for watching gay porn, is what I'm saying.
No. Gay, that's the thing with people. People don't understand. Everything you do does not have to equivalent to gay. It doesn't have to.
Okay, so what does it equate?
There's no certain amount of points you can get, and you're like.
What does it equate to? Hey, listen, I'm having this conversation
you are
openly
attracted
because
to another man.
You know what? No,
because listen. There's a point in my young life when I was jerking off, right? And every fucking young dude my age was like, nah, I don't do that shit.
Yeah,
you're
of course
fucking, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? You fucking perv, da. Till one day I said, you know what, man? Somebody was making fun of somebody for her jerking off, and I said, yo, I'll fucking jerk off. Matter of fact, I do that shit like 3 times a week. And the rest of the fucking people in that room was like,
shut the fuck up.
Nah.
They ain't say nothing.
Nah, they was like, they stopped. And another dude was like, yeah, I do that. And they was like, yo, all right, we cool with this.
He didn't do
because
that
we all
now.
do it.
He didn't do that just
I'm not saying he did do that just now.
That wasn't the reaction I got when. Do you watch and do that?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
What I'm saying is, I'm not saying I'm searching for gay porn.
Right.
I've said that I've used the website and I've seen landmines.
Yeah.
And I've skipped past or went to what I intend to watch. But one time I was like, let's see what this is.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
That's definitely a question for your viewers.
So that okay. So that
have you ever
my sexuality is in question right now? My sexuality in question. God, yeah, be real. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Not in question.
Nigga, you gay as fuck, nigga.
Yeah, all right, cool. I'll take that. Go ahead.
You had a moment.
Where else we at with it?
You had a moment.
I had a moment.
Yeah.
Old faggot ass.
That's Mark.
No, I'm fucking with you.
Yeah.
No, you know what? I guess, dude.
Because I don't feel like men will definitely admit this, but I'm pretty sure If I saw this couple of men, yo, bro, the interwebs, porn sites are polluted with this shit.
So hold on.
It's polluted.
And I'm gonna
it's
be
polluted,
fair.
and I'm 100%.
I'm gonna be fair.
1,000% certain of who I am sexually and what I'm attracted to.
I'm gonna be fair here. I've come across some landmines too, right? And initially, if you don't see the whole situation, you might not know unless you hear something, right? So let's just say somebody going in the back. You don't see what the other person that's getting going in has,
right?
Unless you hear something, and it's like, what the fuck
is
am I
this?
watching?
Right,
that's
what I'm trying to tell you.
So that 100% that has happened to me before.
That's what happens, and maybe the deeper compensation is like it sterilizes you to what you're seeing. Dude, before it would really super duper offend me if these landmines come up. Now the landmines come up, I'm not offended. I'm not saying I'm carrying on to watching it, but I'm like, whatever.
I think if you
click on to the next,
I think if you go seeking that,
seeking.
If you seeking that,
that's
a different thing.
But if it come up on you and you just like, all right, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it went from all right, fuck it. What is this? I ain't hit the hands to it.
Yeah,
but it's like.
It's not even that.
What? All right, fuck it. What are y'all doing?
Pass me the Tito.
Yeah.
And what I was saying before.
I'm having this conversation because I'm pretty sure there's others out there that are porn watchers that have come across these things or this shit before. I am quite certain I am not the only one. But the difference
between what we were talking about originally is I stumbled upon these things while watching Empire or watching a TV show that's supposed to be something family oriented.
You watched Two Girls Scissoring.
But I watched that on Pornhub. I intentionally went to the website and watched it there.
There's nothing wrong with you, but there's something wrong with a man for watching it.
Right, definitely.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Like to be honest with you, man, I feel like, and not to be disrespectful to any women, but I think that deep down, all women think about fantasizing, or they thought about it a couple of times. I wonder what it would be like to be with another woman.
No.
I think deep down.
Not all. I wouldn't say all, because
when I say that, I'm not talking about like you thinking about it all day, every day. It's something that you want to happen, but it's just I think like it's like, oh well, it can't be that bad.
I've got some
like,
really pretty friends, and I've never said to myself, well,
it ain't no.
It
ain't no dick involved. You're not getting penetrated. What's the hurt?
It's still not. I'm not gonna do it because it's just a waste of time.
Okay.
How you know that?
You don't
can't knock it until you try.
It's a waste of time. I'll never know.
I know, and I'm saying it for the record right now. I know I will never be penetrated by a man. I will never. Any of those 1,000, 1,000,000% love women,
right?
All the way. I don't need to like, you know what I'm saying?
Because in when you think about
I'm just trying to say that. In this generation, before like, you know what I'm saying, as a young man, what if you wanted to see pornographic material, you had to buy porn Playboy magazine,
or you had to borrow it from
a friend. You know, we trade porns. You know, video VHS, or you know what I'm saying, once the induction of the internet and everything like that, you had to just watch some little 30-second clips.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was on the internet before. But now you could literally Google porn. You could say, hey, I want to see, you know what I'm saying, this bitch get fucked in the throat. And you put it on there. And
you
guess
know what I like about that?
A million videos is coming through of bitches getting fucked in the throat. And you could just go ahead and get your net off on.
But they're going to slide a dude getting fucked in the throat.
They're going to slide. I was just going to say they're going to slide.
So these, that's what I'm saying. So once you when you have a porn habits, you know what I'm saying, which I am guilty of. I have a porn habit because I spend a lot of times at the crib by myself, and you know, as a dude, when you by yourself, hey, listen,
that's what it is.
Listen, I got some free time. Your man doesn't, trust me.
Oh, I'm sure.
So you know what I'm saying, I got some free time watching, but then these landmines get slipped in your timeline. Not saying I've gotten off, but I've said I've sat there and I watched one, and I'm like, all right, I ain't gay because I just watched one. I ain't saying I watched it all the way through, but I was saying that I didn't.
Immediately.
Yeah, immediately. That's all I'm trying to say. I was like,
but isn't that what they say? Is that if you can see it and it doesn't bother you, then
but it
clearly,
bothers me in the sense that like I know I was not aroused by it.
No, I mean
Right?
if you can see it and it doesn't bother you, that means you're not gay.
Huh?
It's the people that see it and actually get all in their feelings and
I guess more so wanted to get it off my conscience. Like it's like, listen, I ain't gay because I watched this shit, but I watched it. And I'm not affected by this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, listen, you're not gay if you watched it.
You had a gay moment. That moment was gay.
I feel like society or there's people that will fucking put you in that box. Like, yo, you gay.
You got
like,
gay tendencies.
He gonna try to tell us like it was just one time. Like it was just one time.
And if you got gay.
One time per week.
Yeah, one time per week. Yeah, right. Hey, listen. But all I'm saying is like, listen, yo, like just because you seen that, we don't have to like. What you see is not who you are.
Right.
Yeah.
It's what you do is who you are.
I got you, man. I got you.
Man, so, yeah.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
All right, Erykah Badu out here since we on sexuality and all that shit. Erykah Badu was out here
slanging pum pum sense.
Slanging pum punani juice.
So it was her and who else? Gwyneth Paltrow.
Gwyneth Paltrow put out a candle.
Based on her scent.
Based on her punani scent.
So I read a little bit of the article and they were talking about.
Yo, I spoke to a female that said she would wear the Erykah Badu scent if that scent.
So they were talking about hold on, before you say that, before you have that reaction. They were talking about it and they were saying that it's not necessarily that it's her scent per se. Mm-hmm. It's what she feels like she smells
represents
like.
her scent. But okay, let's like,
you know what I mean?
That's misleading.
Okay, well, let's say
because if I say I want to smell an orange, I'm gonna think that you're gonna give me an orange. If you say you're gonna sell a vagina or the scent of it,
but you have to think about the disgusting nature of man, right? So it's men that's out here that will buy a porn star's spit off eBay.
That too. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's dudes that out here that do that type of shit.
Yeah.
So okay, this is Erykah Badu. I look at her as attractive at one point,
and she has the
you know
stigma of having the mythical box.
She has a stigma of having this, mythical box, like you said.
Change Common, J Electronica,
change Andre 3000.
Yeah.
It changed all of them, and how many of them are with her today?
None of them.
And she's also like it's like a surrogate mother, or what she does, like
she delivers babies.
What do they
call it? A Duma?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So she has
Abdullah?
these intriguing ways about her that men will probably be attracted to, and it's like, yo,
right. So I can foresee y'all buying it, but I just don't foresee us who want our houses to smell like flowers and something.
But
true.
But if you want a man to potentially fall for you like they would Erykah Badu, would you?
I don't think a candle gonna make a damn difference.
I'm not saying it can, but what I'm saying,
so what would she list at the bottom of? Because on every candle, I guarantee you that one right there, every single candle, it lists for you the scents that are in it. So it'll say
juice.
like
Juice there.
citrus.
I think they said she burns down her old panties.
See that? So, see what I'm talking about? No.
Yeah, if she ain't fucking pre coming into a fucking vial, I don't want it.
So
I want her pre cum if I'm gonna wear it. If I'm paying good money for it, I want Erykah Badu's pre cum.
Oh God.
But what I'm saying is that they spoke with like a professional in the article, and the professional was saying that like it's not that deep. They don't break down what Erykah Badu actually smells like, whatever. It's kind of like her essence. They, you know what I mean? Oh. Yeah, that smells like me. Obviously, we're going to choose something that smells good because you don't feel like you smell frowsy. I don't feel like I smell frowsy. So we're going to look at something or smell. Hey, all right.
So what?
Might have a little musk to it.
So what if they mix up a whole big ass barrel of fucking perfume, right? And Erykah Badu pre comes into it. Would you put it on?
No.
Well, how do you get that? Okay.
That's how your juices come out, don't it?
So she's gonna make mass production scents, and she's gonna put that.
They're gonna biologically clone her scent.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
So what if she came into a whole fucking a whole fucking gallon of juice?
There's thousands,
Yeah.
probably even, I don't want to say millions, but there's thousands of men out there that would buy it.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like women would buy it too.
Probably would if they're a fan of her. You never know. People are fucking ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
man.
They listen. If
people
Gwyneth Paltrow is doing it already, I'm sure that she's making sales.
Yes.
And Erykah Badu will make sales as well.
Right.
So it's all. We live in a capitalist society, and people is gonna do whatever it is that they want to do. They're gonna buy whatever they want to buy. You know, I might not say, hey, anonymously, I'm out here buying Virginia scents of, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going, yo, killer,
But, hey,
yo, you gotta smell these.
Have you or have any of your homeboys looked at the female and said, damn, I wonder what that pussy smell like?
No, I have never done that.
Have you been around a man that said that?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so men say that.
Yes.
Okay, so there's like panty sniffers and shit like that.
Oh, of course, 100%.
Right.
So those are the people that are gonna buy it.
Of course.
Yes,
Okay.
those are people.
But then what if it smells good? What if you go into the store and they have an incense and you be like, what's that?
This does something for me.
And they say, yo, that's that new Erykah Badu. Are you all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Are you all of a sudden gonna be like, ew?
If it smells good, yes, I would like it, because at the end of the day, it's like you said, it's gonna be components. It's gonna be different things, different smells that come together.
So
She's
like
obviously
the idea
not
of
going to
the
sell
essence.
musk. She's not going to sell musk
No.
because people are not going to be burning candles with musk in their house. It's just not. So it's just the selling point from a marketing perspective. That's what she's doing. She's telling you, this is what I'm selling. At the end of the day, she's not selling it to you physically. She's selling it to you mentally.
I want to know what the
it's
lab,
a mental
the
experience
fucking people
that
in the
she's
lab like snipping on these Q-tips. Like, all right, this one smell like a pussy.
No. She's selling an experience.
Comparing fucking to. All right.
I freaking hate you. I can't.
It smells like some Erykah Badu poo poo right here. This is Baduism right here, right?
But all right, so it's a good point that you brought up, because I would buy Idris Elba's. I would.
So there you go, right?
I would buy.
So
Idris
you
Elba's.
buy Idris Elba's pre-cum. Would you?
the essence of Idris?
Yes, I would.
So
I
if
would.
he said that I pre-came into,
No, I wouldn't buy that. I'm not buying that. But I would buy what I think he smells like. I think he smells like flowers.
I can't.
so it goes into people's psyche, right?
It's a mental thing. It's a mental thing. Yeah.
It's the mental thing. So they could tell you this is this person's essence, but you don't know. But
Right.
what you told yourself is what you would accept.
Yeah.
You'd accept that.
The essence of Idris.
I just having the essence in the house. Yeah, I would. He probably smells like, you know.
As a
like,
man, would you want your girl to like the essence of Idris? In the,
Oh,
how'd you feel
God.
if your girl like the essence of Idris? Can't look. You're like, nah.
Oh gosh.
No, we're not performing to this shit.
Oh shit.
The essence of Idris, yo.
And that sounds good. Like he definitely.
It does sound fucking.
It sounds marketable.
already.
Right.
It sounds marketable as fuck.
Yeah.
The essence of Idris. Holy shit, yo! You should pitch that to him.
I should.
Oh
It
shit.
Right?
definitely
Yeah,
sounds
yeah.
good.
You should pitch that to him, yo.
Oh,
The
shit.
essence of Idris.
Yo, I'm dying, yo.
So who pum pum would you want spray yourself with, or you would you
Nobody.
would you like your girl to spray herself?
Nobody. Nobody.
Do you feel like
Nobody.
you know how like not for real though, you know how animals in the wild they smell like, you know what I'm saying, hormone, you know, they could tell when their mate is in heat and shit like that. Do you feel like as a man, like, or humans can do that, but maybe we're just not conscious of it? But
yes.
What is it called?
yes.
Like
Pheromones.
Pheromones.
Yes.
Do you so you feel like we could pick up on pheromones and shit like that?
We do.
Yes, we can, but I think we lost that ability a long time ago. I think
what to recognize it, but maybe unconsciously we don't know that we are, but we are, right? So like a female walk in the room and it's like, for some fucking reason, bruh, like this one right here, like yo, I just want to fucking take her in the back room and fuck the shit out of her.
No, but
is it pheromone? Is that what's activating it in you?
To be honest with you, I think that there are people, men and women, that are capable of recognizing that. But I feel like throughout the years, you know what I mean, we done been bathing and all of this stuff like that for a long time.
We have a lot of stuff to hide.
Yes.
Those scents.
We wear deodorant every day and whatever.
Yeah, but
I think that there are
a dog can smell it from like 3, 4, 5 miles away. Is what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is
that's the case for
I
humans.
feel like as humans we smell it. We just don't have the conscious ability to say that's what we are smelling. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
We don't have the ability to say, okay, that's what I'm picking up on right now. I just might be just horny as fuck. I'm like, damn, I want to take you down. Like, damn, I want to fuck the shit out of her. You know what I'm saying? But we don't know that. Yo, it's the pheromones that we're picking up on that really got us aroused.
Think about it.
And,
when is
you know
the last time you've
going.
actually smelled someone without any sense? When is the last time you've done that?
Probably never in your life.
When's the last time you've done it? Because that's when you
like
would be
I
able
follow
to
somebody
smell
down there like damn, there's something around this fucking corner. Ooh,
a natural scent.
A natural scent. Probably
scent.
never.
Probably never. Because
Probably
everything we do, even our toothpaste has a scent.
Yeah.
It smells like mint. So everything we do when we bathe, it has a
covering
scent.
up ourselves.
We're covering up those scents. We do everything we can to mask those scents. Obviously, it's because maybe they're not godly scents. They're not good smelling scents.
All right, so let's.
But who decided that though?
Yeah.
Who decided that?
That they aren't good scents because
we want something that's more pleasurable to our nose, like flowers. Flowers are easy to.
But that's
accept.
us here in America.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
Right, because in England they don't really wear deodorant. I heard.
Okay, and then even in other places around the world.
A man that smell like armpits.
Huh?
Would you? I say, is she attracted to a man that smells like armpits?
No.
But you know what? It's women that are attracted to men that have a stronger scent. Like for me, if I wear a cologne that's more perfume, like more flowery, you'll be like, yo, like nah, fam. Like
I wouldn't care because I know men that actually use their women's Bath and Body Works and all type of stuff.
Yeah, I ran out of deodorant. And I use my females.
Yeah, lotion.
Like,
lotion. You don't care when you run out of.
I'd rather smell like her shit than fucking like musty arms. You know what I'm saying? So like,
wait, you're using her deodorant?
Not. I don't use it when mine's run out.
No, there's a reason I'm asking because mine ran out and I went and used my husband's degree.
Yeah, my girls use mine. My
wife used mine. She used mine all the time. She tell me, I've been using your deodorant for the past 3 weeks. Really?
Right.
Yeah.
And I hope he never watches this because he doesn't know that I used his deodorant.
He won't watch it.
I was just too lazy to go to Walmart.
Right. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that shit. It is what it is. But you're sealing your natural smell.
Right.
We're sealing our natural oils. We're sealing our natural fragrance. But I'm wondering. Yeah, I mean, I feel like as we have animal instincts that we have suppressed and we don't know how to, you know what I'm saying, like identify if it even hits us, you know what I'm saying, across the fucking head. So, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Definitely.
I might spend a week no shower.
What's going on in Broward, A-Lee? What's going on down here? What's the deal?
I don't even know no more.
What you been seeing lately?
All right, so my girl, she works, man, you know where she work at, Dub. And one of her coworkers was gone for a little bit, like MIA. So as I was leaving work one morning, I was watching the news and it showed them saying in Deerfield Beach, a fight breaks out at a funeral.
That wasn't
man
even
got
in Deerfield.
shot.
That was actually up the road.
Man
Belgrade
got
or
shot.
something?
Young man.
No, it
got
was
shot.
Deerfield.
No,
Yeah.
he was from Deerfield. The guy,
Right.
the boy was from Deerfield.
Okay.
Right, they were attending
Man
a
got
funeral.
shot.
His grandfather, I think it was.
Yeah,
Right.
grandfather's
Lake
funeral.
Worth or somewhere.
Yeah, man got shot. Young man got shot, and fight breaks out. Whatever. Come to find out, one of her coworkers was gone for a little bit. She was gone because she got jumped at that funeral. She was attending that funeral.
Wow.
So I was like, oh shit! I just saw that on the news the other day. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn. And then it was like, you know what I mean? Oh, it was over. Like, yo, okay, granddad had, you know what I'm saying, this side of the family and that side of the family, and this side of the family got the inheritance and this side didn't. And it was like, yo, that really sparked a thing at the funeral, whatever. So
bad enough for somebody to shoot somebody though?
I think the uncle was trying to diffuse the situation by letting off in the air, but somebody else, the ops, was like, fuck it, I'm gonna wrestle the gun out of his hand, and then they end up both getting shot.
So how do you diffuse a situation by shooting into the air?
Well, I mean, I think it's a common. It's a common.
It's something that we see in movies.
Yeah, somebody let off it. Yeah,
that's what it is.
If especially in Florida, you shoot a gun in the air, other guns are gonna come out because now we feel as though
it's something that people see in movies,
right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They see it in movies and they say
everybody ducks, and everybody runs.
Oh, everybody runs.
Yeah, that's not real life. That's not real life.
Everybody's looking for somebody to shoot. Yeah,
it sucks, but that's the behavior as human beings that we come to, where it's just like, this. Nah,
I think we've adopted this wild west mentality. I don't know what's going on. I can't even say, especially in Broward, because we look at news reports in Chicago and California. We used to watch those same reports and say, wow, look at Chi-Town, man, they showing out. Like, damn, you can't even, it's so dangerous to go there. And now what people were telling us back then, which is, oh, you got to be careful because that shit can become your reality too. And I would always be like, nah, Broward ain't nothing like that.
Yeah.
But is it? Because nowadays, every time I turn on the TV or I even go on social media, 4 dead, 2 stabbed, 3 shot down, gunned down, robbed it's every single day. And the thing is, it's not just one community. So now we're ranging from Parkland. Now we're ranging from the neighborhoods that were deemed great when I was a kid, Coral Springs. You can't even say Coral Springs is that neighborhood anymore because they got ghettos too. And it's not only happening in their ghettos, but it's happening in the suburbs. It's happening everywhere.
So what do you equate all this to? What do you equate all this?
Honestly, I thought it was opportunities. I thought that, the more opportunities people have, that they'll choose better and, make better choices, and they won't choose to do negative things. And then I realized that it's just society, and it's just the way that we're going, and we're either going to go with it or against it. And if you go against it, you're just going to be left in the dark at this point. We got to figure out a way to get these kids, because that's where it's stemming from. A lot of the stuff that's going on. We can't even believe 9-year-olds stabbing their sisters.
Yeah.
Like they're getting younger and younger. A 9-year-old
stabbed their sister?
Yeah, the mother went outside to check her mail. She was talking to the neighbor, came back in the house, and the 9-year-old had stabbed his sister several times.
In regard, did they say why?
No, he said he thought about it 2 days before, so he just decided to do it. Right. So what we're seeing is that the crimes are it's getting younger and younger. I don't know if it's that we're not talking to these kids enough, because before we had to speak to our parents a lot. Like, we didn't really have to answer to social media when we were younger. Now these kids don't have to answer to us. They can post something on Facebook and we read it and say, oh, are you feeling sad? Like, they don't come to us anymore and talk to us and say, this person hurt me, or something you said hurt me.
No, that's not true. Like, I'm speaking of my son, and it's partly my fault, but I'll let my son watch the Avengers and shit like that, and he's really super into wrestling and all those things like that. And you ask him in regards to certain situation, and his reaction is like, I'm like, yo, Cam, you don't go outside. You can't do that. Can't walk away from your parents. People could take you. No, if he comes, I'm gonna jump off the turnbuckle.
See, they're not in
reality.
And
I'm gonna fucking hammer it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and as much as I'm talking, I'm feeling like I'm the dumbass because he's not even fucking hearing me. Like, he really feeling like, yo, listen, I'm gonna spear him. I'm gonna fucking kick him, and then I'm gonna put him in a rear naked chokehold, and it's going down. It's like, oh shit, bro. Like, I can't get past the influence that you think. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Reality.
That's reality. Like, you really feel like, yo, you could do all this superhero fucking WWE shit. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you, like, nah, like, these real life consequences to certain things. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot about what the kids are exposed to. And I think that's the difficult conversation that we have avoided for a long fucking time. People say it, and we like, nah, it's the parents that raise the kids. It's not fucking the shows or the songs or media, and you know what I'm saying, what they're exposed to. I'm like, yo, oftentimes, that is more tantalizing or more sensational than what you got going on, because you know what I'm saying, I'm working so hard to provide for the family. I mean, he might not even see me as a role model. He might see John Cena.
That's a good point, because something that my son said to me the other day is that here I am thinking, when I grew up, I watched my mom. We at no point did we live with our dad, so I watched my mom, and she was the hustler for me. So to me, everything she did was gospel, because I watched her build herself up from being an illegal immigrant to buying her first house. Granted, she did it off the backs of other people sometimes, because hey, you got to use stepping stones in America. But I watched her build herself up, and at no point did I ever say to myself, you know, I think that she's working too hard. Like, I never said that before. Like, I always thought to myself, like, dang, if I want something, I got to work just as hard as her. And she's doing a great job at that. My son said to me the other day, he's 15 years old, and he asked me for something, and I said, hey, you know, I try to put things into equations for them to understand. So if you tell me you want $400 shoes, okay, so I got to go to work for 10 hours to make $400 for you to put on your feet that you're going to wear 5 times. They don't understand. So that's why I put it into the equations for him. And he said to me, you know what, Mom? You and my dad, y'all work entirely too hard. I will never work as hard as y'all.
Right.
But and I'm sitting here saying to myself, like, wasn't that the goal when we were growing up? Like, we were told, work hard, you're gonna achieve everything you want. But work.
How old is your son?
He's 15. These kids don't understand that.
They don't understand that, because I mean, like, my son idolizes people that are on YouTube. Right. And they see these people on YouTube
have everything. Right.
And they just kind of do any stupid shit they want.
Right.
But they also have everything. So they're entertaining, and they're at their house,
and it doesn't look like they're working hard. Right, it doesn't look like they're working hard, because
they don't look like it. They are. They are,
but it don't look like it. It will never look like that from their side.
Fun.
So what does that mean?
Fun and they're at their house.
What does that mean to a teenager, though? When a teenager sees that, oh, you can get the same shit that she got, only she went and worked every fucking day, and you sat your ass at the house and you made money just like that. And the problem is, these kids are trying to do the same thing, but they're not coming up as fast. So when they're not coming up as fast or getting the money as fast as the people that they're watching, they're getting discouraged. And not only that, now they're committing crimes, because guess what? I still got to get what they got. I just ain't got the means to do what my mom did, because my mom had to go to school. She had to learn. She had to stay on the job for so many years.
It's different focuses.
We just got to put different values on things, I feel like, in life.
Right.
Again, we try to instill these values in the kids and all that, but it don't always work, because I remember when I was younger growing up, I saw my mom busting her ass. I guess thinking back now, yes, my mom was busting her ass. Yes, my pops was busting his ass or whatever. And, you know, eventually he bounced, but still.
And you're busting your ass. You're working 2 jobs.
And now
I'm busting my ass.
See what you're doing.
But again, I tell them, the difference is my mom didn't tell me. I tell them, I say, listen, I made mistakes when I was your age. I want you to, when you graduate high school, not necessarily college be the end all be all or whatever.
And
the
I
case
commend
is.
you for that, Dub. I commend you for that.
And I tell him, I say, yo, I want you to make better decisions. I want you to have a plan before you leave high school. When I left high school, this is the mistake that I made.
My question is, I didn't
have a plan. I want you to have a plan and go through it. Find the passion. Find this, whatever
but
it is.
But these kids don't even want to go to college. They don't want to go anywhere.
And I agree with you. And as me, I acknowledge and understand that message very clear.
Yeah.
And I could say that's a strong message. And that's the message I would give to my kids.
Yeah.
However, what I'm trying to say is, you're speaking to your 9-year-old. Mm-hmm. Does he understand it?
Right.
No, of course not. At that age, you don't.
They not worried about college because, listen, these
I'm
people...
talking to my 15-year-old.
You're talking to your 15-year-old, man.
She don't even understand it.
She don't even understand it.
She'll be like, nigga, shut the fuck up.
All they're thinking about is what the media is putting out there. First off, if I was a teenager, like my son said, why am I going to go to college and put $100,000 worth of debt on myself just for me to go and make a mediocre paycheck so that when I could just sit at home and do what we're doing right now, do a podcast or I could do something.
Because I feel like the digital imprint is real estate, right? So we were taught to own a home, right?
Right.
So and all that stuff, but this generation, I feel like it's their real estate is owning a piece of.
But like
what's happening online.
But the thing is exactly like you're saying. You're talking about, okay, do a podcast. But they don't realize that a lot of those people, especially now, a lot of these people that's doing podcasts, they already have audiences from different industries
Nicki
that
Minaj.
they were in.
Right.
She already built herself up.
Right.
So now she can have a podcast. Now
Right.
Joe Budden can have a podcast.
Yeah.
Right.
Joe Rogan has been commentating.
Yeah, I was watching the All-Star and they show these 3 young ladies that's infamous on TikTok. I can't recall their names.
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying, after they introduced these ladies, I'm like, oh wow, they made a way for their way on TikTok and they came on this platform on the All-Star Celebrity Game. But then when the commentators like, yeah, I know her dad, and it's like,
exactly.
Right.
It's
exactly.
like, okay.
It's a who you know type of thing.
Yeah, so who you know, how much money and influence you have.
Right.
It's a lot of these people that have the cheat code,
my kid
but they don't
not,
see it.
My kid will
They
not
don't see
watch. The truth is, my son will not watch a TikTok or a YouTuber that's living his life.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'm like, maybe that's what I need to say. Hey, go find somebody else living your life.
Right.
And watch them. Because you're watching kids that are already financially.
Right.
And their parents
already
the parents
financially
are not even
capable.
that, but the parents are guiding them in these YouTube. Hey, we need to go on camera and do this.
Right.
We need to go on camera and play with this.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's a lot of stuff that they're not going to understand.
If you say that, then you're the bad parent for
of course.
being able to guide them.
Yeah.
Why? Well, why you tell me how to do this?
Well, why is such and such Timmy's playtime able to do this and we can't?
We can't. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's a different world, man. Yeah, we got to really. I feel like I don't want to get left behind in all this. I don't want my son necessarily be involved in it, but I gotta find a way to get ahead of it or catch up to it, man. That's where I feel like that's our thing as parents now in this generation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What are we gonna catch up? Are we gonna be left behind? Are we gonna be like, back in my day, like, listen, the times have passed, bro.
Damn about your day.
Yeah, but talking about your day.
But it's not just and with the crime that we're seeing, a lot of it is puzzling because we watch a lot of stuff. We see the telltale signs. We see the forewarnings. Mm-hmm. We'll see it, and we will be like, "Well, it ain't in my household, or it's not affecting my paycheck." Or, for instance, we're walking on the road, and you see a man hit a woman. What do you do?
I need to go to work.
You keep walking.
What
do you do?
I need to go work.
Okay.
Or
so next week
the next generation is like, I need to record this.
Okay. So next week we wake up and we're watching the news. Man hits a woman, kills her. Mm-hmm. And what do we say? Damn, that's fucked up, man. The crime going up in the country. This is fucked up. This is crazy. But you could have avoided that had you have said something the week before when you saw it with your own 2 eyes, but you didn't and you kept going. So what do we do as a society when we want to stay out of people's business, but at the same time we don't want to see the end result?
It goes to this, right? It goes to this. And I've always looked at it as like this. If I intervene on this, when do I stop intervening on shit? Right, because then you're gonna have to be that guy all the way. You can't,
because you can't
do it one time.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Can't do it one time. Hold on, what you say? Your wife, your husband didn't get you what for Valentine's Day? Pick up the phone. We call this nigga. Hey, buddy, don't you feel?
No, but that's something totally different. I've seen it.
What I'm saying,
I've seen it. I've been in a car before.
If you become the moral police, then you don't get off duty. You always.
But no. So something as simple as that is totally different from someone beating or physically hurting someone. Mm-hmm. When you see something
like
being done,
intervening on people, somebody doing that.
Are you morally obligated to talk? Are you morally obligated to say something to them about it at that moment?
Morally,
it doesn't progress into something worse.
You're not.
Morally, I'm obligated to call the police. I'm not morally
okay, would you call the police? If you got somewhere to go, you got to go to work right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so you'll call the police and report it. What would you do?
But I'm not saying
still
to
walking
fill out a
off?
report.
I'm going to my job. Sorry.
Because I
Sorry.
You're probably used to this by now. She's probably used to this by now. This isn't the first time he's hit her. He's hitting you in public.
If you didn't report it,
Yeah. But then at the same time, we can't be those people that wake up and get upset when we see the news now and we see that same person has now gone a step further. Instead of just hitting her, has killed her. We can't speak to that and say, damn, man, crime is so fucked up. The world is it's getting worse. No, it's not. We had the signs. But then again, we just didn't do anything.
True, but again, like he said, if you become the moral police, your job is never, you're never off duty. You're never off duty. You're going to have to do that all the time. Yeah. So that means you getting into people's business and seeing what kind of relationship they have and what's going on here, and you out your window with your binoculars all day looking at people. Neighborhood motherfucking watch.
Yeah, run up female.
Yeah, do you think so?
I saw you.
What's that on your wrist?
I saw you push your wife in the driveway.
Is he hurting you? You know you can talk to me.
So if that's the case, and who has time for that? Everybody, at the end of the day, we all about what? Self-preservation. You all about self-preservation. Preserve yourself, your husband, and your family. And then you want to raise them so that they be good, and then they preserve themselves.
Let's change the scenario. Because I find that men don't understand things until
Nobody does,
until
of course.
they can relate to it. So, you have a daughter?
Yes, I do.
Do you have a daughter?
I do.
Okay. Your daughter's walking home from the bus stop. A boy comes up and hits her. What do those other kids do? What should they do?
I teach my kid to defend themselves.
Okay, and he's a boy, so he's probably got more power. What should the other boys that are standing around, should they keep walking home or stop?
I would hope that they would intervene. Hope that they would, but I don't expect them to. I would hope that they say, you know what? So this is a young woman, and I, as a guy, is most likely stronger than this young woman, and I would hope that they have the moral capacity to say, you know what, intervene. But do I expect them to? No, I don't.
No, I don't. I don't expect them to.
So let me ask you this:
but if she comes
young
home,
girl, the girl who you saw getting beat up by her boyfriend, was she not someone's daughter?
Of course.
Okay, and so he was hoping someone would see that and help.
Of course, but he was hoping that a nigga that didn't have to go to work would do it. He was hoping that another nigga that say, you know what? He beat the ass. He might beat my ass too. Yeah. Let me just go to work and call the police on my way to on the corner of 19th and I saw blah 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 blah. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Again, like he said, if you want to be the moral police, your job is never over. So you got to decide to yourself, like, yo, if I'm going to intervene in a situation or not. Because I've been in a situation where, like, say I went to McDonald's one time. And I've worked at McDonald's before, right? And I seen, like, a dude that was carrying on away towards the people in the back. You fuckers! You hear you don't ever get the fucking order right. And he was just carrying on this. And, like, I stood there and my fist was balled. Like, I was ready to fucking knock this dude out. But I was just like, let me just kind of see how this shit goes, because I don't want to just jump in and be the fucking moral police of the situation. And I saw the manager came out and just calm down, just whatever. And I realized that the dude, the customer was being an asshole, but I was there on the side just kind of like, damn, I want to sock the shit out of this dude right now. But if I would have did that now, let's just say I punched him in the shit and he fell and hit his head and died. Then what? If I see this dude hurting his girlfriend and the same thing happens, I grab this dude and body slam his ass and he dies, then what? Now my family is why did you intervene?
No, that's true. That's true.
And we have, the sad part is we have to think about that, because it's like, well, you could have just went on your way, Dad. You had to go to work. But you stopped. You tried to be the motherfucking moral police. You stopped to try to intervene and you killed somebody. Now you a murderer.
And
that's how people looking at it.
There's white people.
So it's like,
there's white people that literally are like that. That's why that's the stigma that white people get. I feel like they're super duper nosy. And those are the ones that super duper, I gotta call the cops because I'm the moral police.
And then the cops come and kill somebody.
The cops come and kill somebody.
If you didn't call the cops.
If you didn't, right. Yes.
They would have never came.
Yes.
They would have just dealt with this shit by themselves.
Right.
And Miss Rodriguez would have been all right.
Right.
Why she had to be Spanish?
But now
what you trying to say?
Miss Smith.
Miss Horowitz.
Miss Horowitz.
Yes.
Okay.
That'd have been all right.
They'd have been all right. Miss Kleinman should have been good.
So but then it's okay. Then if that's the mentality that we've adopted as a society, then it's okay for the crime to continue to increase.
It's not okay.
We're not holding people accountable.
But what that bitch said to him though? Why she getting her ass beat?
We're not holding people accountable.
We're not. But that's what I'm saying. There's too many dynamics.
It's variables. It's too many variables
and dynamics to get involved in every situation.
So again,
you just have to keep watching
you
the
have
news.
You get involved based on the convenience it is to you.
Yeah.
No.
If it's convenient, if I'm bigger than this motherfucker, I'm knocking him out. If I'm not, then I'm not.
But then again,
I'm just telling you, if it's like based on the convenience,
it's like you gotta get fully involved in this shit, though. And every single time.
Right.
If every time I drive down the street, I see a woman on the side of the road that possibly can't change her tire, I have to stop and help her every single time.
No.
So what if I stop and help her this time?
How often do you see a man beating a woman though?
No,
never. But no, don't equate it to that.
I have never seen it.
Okay. He's right, but it's like I've helped somebody, women change tires that had a flat tire. These bitches didn't appreciate it or nothing like that. Next time I saw something, kept on going.
So because of that one female that didn't appreciate
she tainted him.
I was tainted.
Are you serious?
So hold on. On the flip side, I was driving down the street. Traffic was thick. I seen this dude driving. He was coming off a ramp. He was on a bicycle, right? Older dude. And I'm in the car and I'm looking at my side view mirror. I'm like, yo, this dude, he ain't gonna make it. He ain't gonna make it because the way that the sidewalk was set up, it's like he going too fast. Dude was going too fast and tried to turn the corner and just whoop. Boom! Fell on his side. I jumped out the car, parked the car on the side. Me, the wife, the kids in the car. I jumped out, and you know what I mean. I'm a medical professional, and you know what I mean. Not saying that I could solve every problem, but I jumped out, and I'm like, "Hey, man, you all right?" And he got up, and I said, "You sure you don't want me to call the police or an ambulance?" He was like, "No, it's okay." But I swear that dude broke his hip. You know what I'm saying? But not everybody else. They'll just focus on the traffic and what was going on at the same time. So I guess the mentality a lot of times is like, yo, somebody else will help out.
Well, if you do stupid shit, what does Charlamagne say? You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's some shit that I would have to fucking just keep driving to work. I'm not going to be late for that.
Everybody don't know that they playing stupid games, though.
Yeah.
That's true.
You might know that you're playing stupid games, or you might know that somebody else is playing stupid games, but that person don't know that. He didn't know that he was going too fast to make that corner. I've been down that road before on a bicycle, and I know that I'm not going to make that corner going that fast.
Right.
And he did it and locked up, whoop, boom.
So have you ever gotten into a car accident before?
I have.
Okay.
Yeah,
have you
speaking of
ever
car
been
accidents,
speeding?
man.
Yeah, talk about car accidents.
No. I mean, speaking on morality and all this shit like that, like, yo, I got into, I don't know if I told you, but three years ago, I'm leaving, I'm exiting the parking lot, and I thought the car in front of me, because they pulled off a little bit, I thought they had made a turn, because I looked left and I said, okay, they have no traffic coming.
Right.
Yeah.
It's their turn.
But they stayed.
But I took my feet off the brake, didn't touch the gas. They stayed. Give them a little. You gonna know when you bump a car because your car ain't supposed to just stop like that. So you know what I'm saying. You know you bumped the car, but it's like, you know it ain't like, all right, the bumper ain't coming off. All this shit's like, fuck, man, my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. You come out and be like, look, my fault, my bad, or whatever. Homegirl came out the car. It's like, damn. I'm like, look, I'm sorry, man. I thought you left.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. She was like, all right, cool. I got a, you know what I'm saying, a party to go to or whatever, a birthday party to go to, whatever. She had the balloons in the car. She gets on the phone. I guess the person in the phone told her, don't do it. Stay, report the accident. So she was like, all right, do you mind if we fill out a police report? It was an innocent accident. Cool, no problem. Let's go. Pulled in, fill out the police report. You know what I'm saying? Insurance company called me. Went the whole spiel. All right, this is what happened. This is what took place. Took my foot off the gas. Took my foot off the brake. Rolled in. Bumped the car. You know what I'm saying? No harm, no foul. Took pictures of the situation. That was 3 years ago. Insurance company called me now saying, listen.
You had an accident.
This bitch is suing. saying that she has back problems, neck problems, and all this, and that the lawsuit that she has exceeded your coverage.
Mm-hmm.
Dropped you.
Mm-hmm.
No, not drop me. I'm being sued.
Personally.
I'm personally being sued by this person, right? So this is like somebody that really like, listen, like nothing happened to you.
Yeah.
But you're really fucking putting somebody through this shit.
Yeah.
Because you want a little bit of money or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
You're putting somebody through it. And not somebody came down the street, fucked you up and flipped your
tap,
car over.
No love tap. Wake up.
Yeah. So
Wake
up tap. Nothing.
Drive out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm
about your business.
personally getting sued, and I'm just like, damn, humans are fucking just.
Yeah, man.
This is America.
We ain't shit towards
This
each
is
other.
how you come up in America, especially when you don't want to work.
Hey, that bitch getting punched in the face. How convenient is it for me to get involved with this?
Wait, so you're using
I'm bringing the 360
that?
back to that. It's like, yo.
She probably deserved this.
Does she deserve it or not?
Bumbuckler.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what took place, how she got in that scenario.
Yeah.
It ain't my motherfucking business, man. It ain't my motherfucking business. Not everything is your fucking business.
Yeah.
Well, I for one
protect
hope
yours and yours. Talk to your daughter. Yeah, I know you're saying put yourself in that shoes, but with the shoes I'll put my daughter in first. It's like, yo, listen, you gotta recognize like, them's ain't the niggas you need to be fucking with, or those ain't the fucking crackers you need to be fucking with. Whatever fucking walks of life this person coming from.
Yeah.
If they have abusive tendencies, you need to
Mm-hmm.
exit that fucking situation.
Yeah.
And that's period. Now I understand you can't stop every fucking demon out there, but if a demon attacks you, then you know what I'm saying, it's unfortunate, but it's not your fault.
Right.
Gotcha.
But you gotta recognize
I respect that, man.
What position did you put yourself in
I respect that.
to warrant that?
But just to keep it real though, we've been talking for a little minute now. And your boy do work 2 jobs.
Oh, you gotta get the fuck up out of here.
Boy,
Man, you gotta cut the conversation short, man. We was having a good one, man.
Hey, man. Hey, I can bounce.
Anonymous.
I can bounce. I'll keep it going.
All right, Anonymous. Anything you'd like to say to our viewing public out here? You know,
Definitely.
I'm pretty sure they enjoyed this episode
Just
with you on
thanks,
there.
Yeah.
thanks for having me
No,
on.
no,
We've been trying
definitely.
to do this for a very long time.
I appreciate you coming.
Right. And it was nice to have a nice sit down with you guys and just discuss life in general without no holds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'll be back because we have this wager. And you're going to lose.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
You're going to lose.
And I want to see proof too. I don't want to just go by what you're saying. Oh, I'm still at work. No, I want to see the last pay stub. I'm trying.
I'll let you know.
You'll let me know?
Okay. The one thing about Dub, he'll keep it a buck. So, you know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna fucking pretend like he's going to 2 jobs and he ain't.
Right.
You're gonna hear about it. He's gonna post it on social media. Like, the world's gonna know. Like it's not gonna be held a secret. Trust me.
But it was definitely. I think that this for us being a Bootleg Cable podcast, I think this was. I don't want to say historic because we ain't that big, but you know it was important for us to have a young woman on, just to kind of give a woman
somebody that's also opinionative and wasn't not afraid to articulate their opinion.
And I think that's
you might watch it back and be like, why did I say that? I'm not saying you will, but I'm just saying like, yo, that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
And that's those are the conversations we have every day. And you know, there's things we wish we could take back. There's things we'll sit down on. There's hills we'll die on. And that's just a part of the game, man. So I just definitely appreciate you being on the podcast. It was definitely a pleasure, and I feel like I value the opinions that you've had, and I hope people visit your website. Shout it out again one more time for us.
www.myanonymouslee.com.
I feel like that's definitely a service out there that people can take advantage of, including myself. So
hey, for sure.
Shout out to that, man.
Killer, take us away, man.
Man, yo, just keeping it simple, man. Just like she said, if you can't spell Anonymously, then you don't belong on that
Something
website.
wrong with your ass.
So it's Bootleg Cable Podcast, and if you can't spell that,
something wrong with your ass.
all right, man. Yo, it might be bootleg.
Ain't nothing fake about it.
Man, we out.
We out. Peace.
Bootleg Cable Podcast. Flavor in your ear. Bootleg Cable Podcast. Flavor. Bootleg Cable Podcast.